Howard sperm.
Oh!
Hot show, Amish in the city. What's this thing called electricity? L.A., where it's hot and muggy. Ain't no place for a horse and buggy. They might go on a bender, wearing big hats and funny suspenders.
I'm listening.
But back home, it's a different world. No phones, so you can't call girls. Come on, and raise that barn. They can't swear, they can just say darn. Tune in. If you miss it, the pity of these kids. They can't stay the same because they're Amish in the city. Because they're Amish in the city. No more eating only mutton. They can use zippers instead of buttons. First time seeing a computer. Going for lunch at a place called Hooters. Cars honk, never heard street noise, and it's the first time they've ever seen a homeboy.
I'm listening.
Back home it's a different thing. No tattoos or belly rings. Come on and feel no guilt. When you get home you can finish that quilt. L.A., the place is so pretty if they stay. How will they survive when they're Amish in the city? When they're Amish in the city.
I'm dying over here.
It's 11:17 at 560 WQAM. Nice being with you. See ya. What was that? Do you even know?
No idea.
Anyway, we got Josh Cordes and the Beast today. George is off today because his daughter's on her way to Japan, and he had to take her to the airport. So here we are. Anything else, Robin? I got an idea. What do you say we go till midnight?
All right. Okay.
Huh? We're going to go on till midnight, whether Mad Dog likes it or not, whether a Moe likes it. Oh, by the way, Moe, you're full of it as usual. This Moe, man, oh man, he is just a momentous lunatic. He thinks that I'm upset over the fact that they're taking time off of my show and that I have to work a lot less for the same money. Hey, guess what, Moe? You're living in a dream world. The only thing that does bug me is that whole, it would be nice if we knew when they were going home, if they ran out of gas finally and threw in the towel. Anything else, Robin? Anything else? Is there anything else we can, It's just a little bit, over the top, you know what I'm saying? Is there anybody there on that side?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah. What, are you giving me the silent routine like Zach now? Is that it?
No. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you do it all the time. But you are just a big tub of crap. Anything else?
I think she has another one for you.
Here's a fax that says, this sucks. I must listen on the Internet, and worst of all, you haven't started your show yet. It's around 10:45. Well, guess what? 30 minutes later, we're still waiting. So I'm ecstatic. They can go on till 1 o'clock, but it would be nice to have, some little inkling of an idea when they get done, because I don't want to have to listen to her droning on. Anything else? Anything else? Because it's not my cup of tea. I'm delighted that we got that on the air.
It's enlightening.
Is it?
Yeah, the news, very enlightening.
It says, even if I wanted to listen to Howard Stern, he's not streaming on QAM. What up with that? Yeah, what up with that? Well, I guess we can't stream his show on QAM, right? On anything?
No, we're streaming Dead Air in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, nothing.
Well, that's one more bonus for us. That's great. Here's Steve, who's obviously doesn't understand that. He says, I just want to let you know you're not broadcasting on the Internet today. I can hear the promos and the whistling sound during commercials. But then it goes dead when you come on. I hope this can be repaired. Well, guess what, Steve? When you sent this fax hours ago, I wasn't on. So you didn't miss. Well, you missed the Howard Stern show, but you didn't miss this because I wasn't on.
Why don't you just do your own show on the Internet, and then we'll just stream it on QAM?
Oh, I'd love to do that. That's a great idea.
You'll just start at 10 on the Internet?
No, like I said, that's a really bad idea.
Oh, right.
But then they'll go for that. No, they wouldn't want to be associated with that because, I'd use all the words that have ever been invented. And don't you just want to F this one, and don't you want to F that one, and come on, let's F this one, and Jenna Jameson. Don't get me started now. I don't want to say a word. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say anything. Because that show is not for me. That show is for the people who enjoy it and like it. They got a huge audience. We're building. I love the tremendous promotion, by the way, that WQM is giving to the arrival of Howard Stern, a couple of very jackass interviews, and the Jim Sarney story buried in the sports page that nobody who listens to Howard Stern reads anyway. Any billboards?
No.
Any newspaper ads?
No.
Any flyers?
No.
Anybody walking around with a sandwich board on Lincoln Road Mall or in Boynton Beach up there?
No.
No. Of course, if they were in Boynton Beach, they wouldn't care anyway because they'd be listening on Buzz 103, and they'd hear it like clean and unexpurgated pretty much, and with a really good signal. But nevertheless, not for us to ask these questions, is it?
We just work here.
We just work here. We want the money. So, Mo, Moe Howard, David, he wants a lot of angst and a lot of conflict and a lot of anger, you know. If that beast thinks that I'm going to accept his apology, you know. You're just an angry, old, bitter man. That's all you are, Mo. Okay? So if you want to conjure up in your mind that I'm all bent out of shape because Stern goes on till 10:45, 11:15, whenever they quit screwing around, all right. If they went on till 1:30, I'd be the happiest man on the face of the earth. To get paid this kind of money for doing a lot less work, all I can say is,
all right.
if this old crow really believes, if this old coot really believes that I'm here to, like, save the world or something like that, this is the same guy that was ripping me several months ago. Oh, here he is, C-SPAN on the radio. He's going to be reading the newspaper articles again. You know, that was bad. But now I'm supposed to be saving the world because I decided I'm not going to get angry over the fact that they've cut my workload down. I mean, this man is just impossible. And I heard some of those promos. I didn't hear too much this morning, but I heard some of those promos saying QAM, Howard Stern, Neil Mad Dog, and the Hammer.
That was fun.
I didn't hear nothing about Geldy. I didn't hear nothing about Mo. Oh, Steve says, you're back on the net. Have a great day. Well, we never were on the net. Don't you understand? The Howard Stern Show, we're not allowed to stream that on the net. And we're not allowed to do this, we're not allowed to use his voice, and we're not allowed to do anything because he is the king of all hype, so we can't do that. 1,708 votes on George's poll, and by the way, you can scratch out that first break because we're not going to try to jam 4 breaks into 45 minutes. Can't do it. I'm just telling you. The time came and it went for our break and it was gone, so bye-bye. That's something that they're going to have to work out with the water Nazi and figure out what they're doing because they obviously don't. George asked yesterday, so how does the Stern Show sound on QAM? On yesterday, the debut of the Howard Stern Show on WQAM.
Oh!
And here's the result. Not too promising so far. I didn't listen before, and I'm still not listening. We have 1,708 votes. I didn't listen before, I'm still not listening. 563. 33%, a third. How do you like that?
You turd.
With all the dumps, it sounds like crap, 380. I should mention right up front.
Yeah.
That the audience thinks that Muff Lindsay is dumping everything. He is, but in addition to that, we're having all kinds of satellite problems, so there are dropouts on the satellite. That's when Grieper cranks up that heavy metal music.
Right. It's actually Tommy's band that he's playing. So
It's Tommy's band.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good. The only problem being that the audience thinks every time they hear that, oh, that Duff just dumped it again. Howard must have said crap or something, you know. So we got the dumps, and then we got the dropouts on the satellite. So with those two together, it really does sound like crap. So with all the dumps, it sounds like crap. 380, 22.2% said that. Great. Sounds great. It's good to have Howard back, 291. It sounds like crap, but I'm still going to listen, 196. So if you add those two together, you got 28.4%, which leaves another 72% almost. I want my sports back, 191. And because of the signal, it sounds like crap, 87, because it's on a crappy AM station with all of that. So, a lot of unhappy people, I guess. But keep in mind that this is just a transition period, right?
Right, it'll get better.
It'll get a lot better, in addition to which most of the Stern people don't have any idea that he's on this radio station because Greg Reed, as usual, has dropped the ball. It's unbelievable how anybody
Unbelievable.
can, in fact, if you get up fast, Greg, I bet you some of them 4-leaf clovers might drop out and 1 or 2 horseshoes.
About 30, man.
Yeah, so don't get up too fast. I have never seen anybody make more mistakes, do more things wrong, unacceptable, and just every time, it's like jumping into a bunch of horse crap and coming out smelling like lilacs, you know? That's him. I don't know how he does it. Do you? Oh, that's right, you're not in a position to say.
No, I have no idea.
But you are in a position to say how Mo... In fact, Josh Cordes, I'll out you right now. He was the first one this morning told me about Mo opening up a big mouth. I'm going to be listening tomorrow morning because I think Neil is going to be very upset about... And I don't believe any of that crap. It's all on the air. You're full of crap, Mo. You're just a professional troublemaker, which is why you've been blown out everywhere you've ever worked just about, or maybe everywhere. And why, if they had any way to get you out of there right now, believe you me. I saw Hank remember Hank Goldberg? He's still alive.
Who?
I saw him on a racing thing
Who's that?
on ABC on Saturday. Did a good job. He was there with Brent Mausberger and a bunch of guys. In fact, if Hank would have consulted with me, I would have given him the Frankie Dettori horses, the second horse of the pick four there. He'd have had a little better shot. But at any rate, he did a good job. And he's still around. Very round, and he's hopefully coming back. Everybody in the radio station. We took a poll before the show this morning while Robin was giving us another story and anything else. And the poll was pretty much unanimous. We want the humper back. Oh! But nevertheless, we better not talk about it. Christy Turlington behind a beaded curtain on NeilRogers.com. Born January 2nd, 1969. I think that's the second time we had her on the thing, isn't it?
I don't remember.
Probably before you started. It's a while back.
There you go.
Christy Turlington, so that makes her 35 last time I checked, born in Walnut Creek, California. Ladies and gentlemen, best of George Michael. Wow, that must have been a short flick. Intimate portrait, Naomi Campbell. Seen smoking cigarettes, Cinema, The Myth of Cool, The Beatles, Revolution. A lot of made-for-TV crap. Catwalk, Unzipped. And a bunch, and that's it, basically. But there she is. She looks pretty decent, I would say. She ain't no Jenna Jameson, but who the hell is, right?
Right.
You think Howard's going to F Jenna Jameson? Don't forget the Howard Stern Show that was on this morning will be on E tonight. See, we're here to promote the Stern Show. I'm delighted to have him on QAM. It's a great lead-in. I mean, I can't handle the show myself, especially, any of it. Anything else, Robin? Seriously, stop and think about it. How massive does your ego have to be to just go on and on until they practically drag you off kicking and screaming?
At 10:20, he said, we're going to wrap it up after this.
Right.
That was at 10:20.
Right. Well, they did. It just happened to be like 55 minutes later. 26 after 11 at 560 WQAM. Over the years, I've told you about Chuck Alfieri and his patented hair systems. Charles Alfieri, simply the best in the business for over 35 years, providing amazing natural-looking hair systems that are virtually 100% undetectable. And right now, Charlie's introducing the latest development in hair restoration called the new laser light therapy treatment. It's used for treating fine and thinning hair. This new treatment that is FDA certified restores your hair and scalp back to its healthiest state while increasing hair shaft density and volume. The new laser light therapy and its cool light laser device is effective on both men and women. It's a painless, non-invasive treatment that's complete in about just a half an hour. Charlie and his staff have witnessed dramatic results with this great new system that impedes hair fallout for those of you with fine and thinning hair. So stop thinking that by some kind of miracle your thinning hair is just going to stop falling into the sink, the shower, on the flow, and give Charlie a call to learn more about the new exciting laser light therapy treatments and how it can solve your thinning hair problems. It truly can change your life and the way you look. Call them toll-free today. There's no obligation. Call 1-800-321-2413. That's 1-800-321-2413, or on the web. It's charlesalfieri.com.
The Howard Stern Show. Neil Rogers, mornings and midday. And sports around the clock. 560 WQAM.
Hey, it's Howard. Howard David.
On the 3228 till noon at 560 WQAM. Here's an interesting fact. It's going to show you that we're right on top of things. Well, before we do that, let me do the poll for today. I bet you're wondering what inspired me to do this poll, aren't you?
What inspired you to do this wonderful poll?
Who do you think is the most beloved American celebrity of all time? Some people say beloved, but I don't think that's the correct pronunciation. Who do you think is the most beloved American celebrity of all time? The reason I'm doing that is 27 years ago, was it yesterday or today? The King died, and they just can't let go, and everybody's talking again about Graceland and how they keep schlepping there. It's just amazing. Anyway, I got 4 choices on here, and I'm sure a lot of we can add a lot more. Lucille Ball. I mean, everybody loves Lucy, right?
Sure.
Even though that's before you guys' time, but still. Red Skelton. God bless. Carol Burnett or Elvis. Those are the first 4 I put on there, being the old troll that I am. Now, somebody faxes me today's schedule from the QAM website. Nice going, Clarence. You're really on top of it, baby. Maybe if Clarence would get off of you and on top of the work, he might get something done, baby.
He's actually standing right here.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Nice job on that QAM website. It's got today's program schedule. Geldy, 5 to 8 a.m. The Big, 8 to 10 a.m. George Rodriguez, 10 to 2 p.m. Is that right? Bo Camper, 2 to 4. Is that correct? The Hank Goldberg Show. Well, kind of, sort of. Nice going, Clarence. You're really on top of it. If you do a little bit of work, okay, instead of running around, hopping around. Well, he's in there with you doing what? Doing you?
He's fixing the log.
Fixing the log. Well, guess what? Like somebody I know would say, don't F with my log. Okay? He's fixing it, huh? I think we need to fix him, although I think nature had a head start. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line, the most beloved American celebrity of all time. President Bush will face a home video barrage 4 weeks before the election. This is good news. Fahrenheit, anything else, by the way, Robin? Fahrenheit 9/11, Michael Moore's assault on Bush's handling of the 9/11 attacks debuts on DVD and videotape October number 5.
All right.
All right, excellent. The announcement yesterday confirmed Moore's initial intention to have the film out shortly before Election Day, a time frame the director favored since May's Cannes Film Festival, where Fahrenheit 9/11 won top honor. After the movie debuted to record box office numbers for a documentary, distributor Lionsgate had indicated the movie might continue playing theatrically through the end of the year, potentially delaying the home video release, but surprise, not going to happen. Among DVD extras will be a featurette examining the release of Fahrenheit 9/11, which lost its theatrical distributor last spring after Disney refused to let subsidiary Miramax handle the film because of its political content. Also featured on the DVD will be deleted footage that includes a scene outside the Abu Ghraib prison in Iraq, where 7 U.S. soldiers have been charged with abusing Iraqi prisoners. Coverage of Lila Lipscomb, the mother of a U.S. soldier killed in Iraq, who was featured prominently in Fahrenheit 9/11, and an examination of acts and experiences of Arab American comedians after 9/11 attacks. I didn't know there were Arab American comedians, did you?
No.
I don't find the Arabs very funny. I hate to say that, but I don't find them too amusing. Pardon my... WQAM, hello.
Frankie Lyman, put him on there.
It's the Frankie Lyman guy. Let's put him on there just to make him happy, okay? No matter what the poll is about, this guy's always there. You don't even know who Frankie Lyman was, do you?
He was a singer, right?
Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Yeah, he was a medley of his hit. We could play in about 2.5 minutes. But we don't have time because we're kind of rushed today, in case you haven't figured it out. WQAM, hello.
Hi, is Neil there?
Speaking.
Neil Rogers?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Neil.
How are you?
Good. I'm a girl listener, and I just absolutely love you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm glad Stern's back on, but I like you more.
Okay.
And is the reason that it sounds so awful, is it because it's syndicated and you're local?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you sound great, and his show sounds just, the quality of it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, the technical quality leaves a lot to be desired, beside the fact they keep having these satellite dropouts, but it sounded muddy to me. I don't know, I mean...
Yeah, and then when you came on, like, minutes later, I'm like, wow, you know?
Yeah, like a breath of fresh air, like something happened to my radio.
Right, listen, I go to all the hockey games and football games, so hope we can do well this year.
Okay, good luck to us.
Okay, honey, bye.
See ya, bye. Good luck to you, I mean.
Who's we?
Exactly. Oh, let me stick some paper in my fax machine, okay? Just ran out of paper.
I just sent you the
Say
log.
something clever. Rip Moe for a couple minutes.
Well, that's not too hard to rip Moe for a couple of minutes. Yeah, Clarence just sent you the brand new log that he diddled with.
Oh, look at this. It says I effed with the log, says Clarence. Yeah, well, that's about the only thing you're going to F with, I'll guarantee you that.
He has a pretty nice girlfriend.
Does he really?
Yeah, she's pretty cute, man.
What's her name, Bruce?
Rebecca, actually.
Let's see, what did he change now? He just, nothing really. He just ficused it, is what he did. I don't see any other changes. I don't know why he bothered sending me a page that he didn't change anything on, but that's okay, because we're almost out of time anyway. Oh, let me just tell you this about people with egos. The whole thing with ego to me is just nauseating. I don't have an ego. And I don't understand why people do it. It's one thing if you've been successful, you've accomplished a lot. Well, that's fine. You can feel proud of that. But people with big egos just turn me off big time. So the idea that, oh, well, they're stepping on Neil's time and he isn't. So like today, it's already almost time for the next break, which means it's almost noon already. And all I said was basically hello and took a couple of calls so far and gave the poll result, right?
This is great.
Yeah, what's not to like? That's my expression, Mo. What's not to like? It's not just for broadcast consumption. That's the way it is, okay? In fact, next time I see you, we bond, although probably by the time I get back, you'll be gone anyway. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. WQAM, hello.
You there, Neil?
What is it?
Mr. Neil.
Speaking.
How about, first of all, first time on time, what about Mr. Rogers?
Who? Mr. Fred Rogers. Excellent choice.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, and you too. Fred Rogers, right? He's a little dead. Huh?
Why not?
Fred Rogers for the poll. The most beloved. That's a good one. I might bet you he's right up there with Elvis, with the king, who's been dead for 27 years.
Not dead.
Huh? He's not dead. He's eating Morrison's with Jim as we speak.
Hold me close, hold me tight.
No thanks. Not now. You're a little moldy, Elvis. WQAM, hello.
Danny K, put him on the poll.
Danny K, who I hear was, well, something that rhymes with K. Who was it that he was supposedly doing, Danny K, and I think Sir Lawrence Olivier, right?
K and Olivier?
K and Olivier rhymes with
gay.
Yeah. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Welcome to those Howard Stern listeners.
Absolutely.
Right?
30, man.
Oh. Who are sticking around for the Neil Rogers Show, because I noticed that we get tremendous promotion and we have those promos in there. It would be nice if somebody would tell somebody outside the building that Howard Stern is on WQAM in the mornings, 6 o'clock till whenever they feel like going home. Noon sounds good to me, like 12:30. Hey, can we have a Marlin game today? Sounds good, too?
That'd be great.
Yeah, let's replay last night's exciting, thrilling victory over the Dodgers on the West Coast. Oh, that's right, it couldn't have been too exciting. Dave Van Boring was calling the game. 20 till noon at QAM.
Come on now.
I beg your pardon?
Come on now.
What do you want me to lie for you?
Josh is upset about that.
Josh Corda says that Dave Van Boring is more terminal than listening to Milk Curdle. He said he makes Joe Zagacki sound like a Mexican jumping bean. For some time I've been telling you dieters about tasty low-carb multigrain pizza from my fine friends at Cut and Carbs Cafe out in the Sawgrass. Made fresh to order, they just added to their menu a feta spinach pizza as well as a veggie galore in either a personal size or family bonanza deal. Take it down with a choice of homemade soups. Wash it down. And, of course, it's affordable, nutritious, and so dang good. The folks at Cut and Carbs Cafe are so convinced you're going to fall in love with their food, they told me that today only, Tuesday last time we checked, anybody who comes in before 8 o'clock tonight gets a small, fat-free, low-carb ice cream, no purchase necessary. In other words, you don't even have to buy anything. Just waltz in there, and they give you a small, fat-free, low-carb ice cream. Tastes great. Bring the whole mishpucha with you, the whole family if you want. Give them a call today at 954-514-0001, or look them up on the web at cutandcarbscafe.com. You'll find them in the same plaza as Applebee's and Office Depot out in the Sawgrass. Call them now. By the way, I'm not too crazy about Applebee's. Call them right now at 954-514... Oh! Wait a minute. One. And don't forget, today only, no purchase necessary. Come in before 8 o'clock tonight for a tasty, fat-free, low-carb ice cream at Cut and Carbs Cafe. They also have an assortment of way-out wraps, sobe salads, carbodillas. So just jot down this number, and soon you're going to be eating delicious, fiberistic pizza, and stop feeling guilty because the carbs are low and won't put on a lot of weight. Don't delay. Call them right now at 954-514-1. That's 954-514-1. And be sure and tell them that old Neil sent you by.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Holy Mackinac! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority, Neil God.
Anything else, Robbie?
If you see a petri dish sitting out in the lab, there's a pretty good chance there. Me a tumor, it's as big as a whale, and they say that they can fix it with some stem cells. Right now I'm lightheaded, I feel kind of funny, so hurry up and get that funding money. My stem cells are super little cells that can make us better. Stem cells, baby. Stem cells, baby, stem cells.
I'm dying over here.
Bush says, don't go so fast. They gotta last every stem cell. Well, they're sitting right there in a slicing and a dicing, hacking and a whacking. Save 'em in your freezer, you can be an old geezer. My illness is tragic, but stem cells are magic, so everybody pass them around and around and around and around. Stem cells, baby stem cells. Stem cells, baby stem cells.
11:47, 13 till noon. We got the Mad Dog at 2. We got, what's his name?
Your best
Your best close personal buddy, Moe Howard, David at 4 to 7. Filling in for the suspended and vacationing Hank Goldberg, 4 to 7. Then we got the big at 7 till 9:35 at the Finn's training camp. What's he going to be doing out there at 7 o'clock at night?
I don't know, talking about Antonio Freeman or something.
Just fishing around? And then we got Marlins on deck, 9:35. The game is at 10:10, kind of a strange time. At 7:10 on the West Coast. Marlins at the Dodgers, followed by the embarrassing Sporting News Radio. Here's Johnny, somebody says. Good choice, Johnny Carson, right?
Love Johnny Carson.
Do you really? Why?
I thought his show was great.
Did you?
Yeah, him and Ed McMahon.
A lot of people like McDonald's, don't forget, and vanilla ice cream.
Come on.
Rick says, who's just unbelievably chronic, how about the great Bob Hope for your poll? That's another good choice. And another one, like I said, they love McDonald's. He says, Greg Reed is still an idiot, and all I can say to that, Rick, is...
Absolutely correct, sir.
Where's George? George is taking his daughter to the airport today. She's going to Japan for that student exchange program, and that's... boy, this guy's unbelievable. Good luck to you, Rick. Get a life. Here's Elmer, who says, I think you've stumbled onto something. No, Elmer. Why don't you do a live, unedited, uncensored version of your show on the Internet till Howard decides to shut Robin up? Think about it. Don't think the FCC can regulate what you say on the net just yet. See, that would defeat the whole purpose. All the benefits of being able to screw off for an hour and a half, or an hour and a quarter, or 45 minutes, and not having to do the work. That would just create more busy work, and what would be the point, right?
Right.
So the answer is
no.
Great idea, Elmer, but the answer is no. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. America's most beloved celebrity of all time, Lucille Ball. I voted for the right one, I guess. 25. Elvis.
You ain't nothing but a hound.
He's got 17. Red Skelton 7. Carol Burnett 2. Bob Hope 1. Johnny Carson none. Mr. Rogers don't have any. Frankie Lyman none out of the first 52 votes. I don't see Danny Kaye on there. Kaye. I don't see no Danny Kaye, Josh.
He's typing right now.
As I speak, he's typing it right now. I probably thought that was a joke. He would know Danny Kaye from Stubby Kaye.
You're right.
Well, that's the way it goes, punk. Oh, here you go. John Wayne, says our friend John in Columbia, South Carolina. Good choice, John. A little cute little cartoon of the Bushmeister on there. Montana man shocks community. Maybe Robin could have read this morning. Oh. Howard did save me from reading about Chuck Leonard dying, the former WABC jock, the black guy. Chuck Leonard dead.
He didn't know he was black.
At any rate, you don't know who Chuck Leonard was.
I have no idea.
Way before your time. Back when WABC was the big rock station in New York. 77 before they went to talk and ruined it. And he was right about Cousin Brucey. What a hole he is. I noticed Howard was using a lot of words, which I'm sure that we dumped. See, I hear the pre-delay here through my board. But he used a lot of stuff on there that we can't say, Duff. Like bag and damn and a whole bunch of other, but that's okay. This is Kalispell, Montana. Too bad George ain't here today because he's a Montana kind of guy.
Sure.
Until he was arrested this year in his underwear in a motel room with a nearly naked young woman who was behind on her payments to his finance company, there wasn't a businessman in this town more respected than Richard A. Dason Sr. He had won the Great Chief Award, the highest honor a local business leader can receive from the Chamber of Commerce. A nominating letter for the award described him as the epitome of the reason we all want to live in the Kalispell area. Dason was an energetic force in the construction of a new hospital, a ski resort, a large hotel that established this northwest Montana town of 15,000 as a player in the convention business of the Rocky Mountain West. He was impressively energetic, too, in charitable and social causes, serving as a church elder, helping teenagers finish high school, and volunteering his time to Christian financial counseling, which helped people manage debts. Since his arrest in February in a sting operation at a Cartwright local motel, police have unearthed a side of Dason's life that, while impressively energetic, is decidedly less civic-minded. Dason, 62, who is married with grown children and several grandchildren, has allegedly told police that over the past decade he paid more than $1 million to have sex with a large number of young women, many of whom were in legal trouble, addicted to drugs, and in debt to him, according to court documents. When police asked Dason how many of these women there had been, he said there had been too many to count.
About 30, man.
30,000, probably. Dason apparently lost count, too, police say, of how much money he had paid all these women. Investigators counting his checks. He paid by check in amounts of between $1,000 and $6,000 per encounter, sometimes as much as $130,000 per month. Now estimate that Dason spent at least, wait till you hear this, at least $5 million, says Charles Harbaugh, the city attorney. Isn't he on that show with Chris Matthews, Harbaugh? The State Department of Public Health and Human Services is also trying to find out what Dason, as a court-appointed conservator, did with $500,000 that have been awarded in product liability settlement for long-term care of a severely brain-damaged child. In an affidavit last month in the county court overseeing the conservatorship, a state social worker said the money under Dason's control disappeared with no formal accounting between 1995 and 2000. Since then, the child, having turned up in a local hospital with severe malnutrition and infected ulcers on his backside,
rectum,
has become a ward of the state. Isn't that lovely?
Lovely.
So far, Dason's been charged with rape for allegedly paying a 15-year-old girl for sex. The age of the consent in Montana is 16. He's also been charged with 2 felony counts of promoting prostitution, yada, yada, yada. Oh, nice. Good American guy. Now, there is one thing that I'll say that I'm beginning to wonder about.
Yeah.
That didn't dawn on me until this moment, since this is my first day of following Stern.
Okay.
And that is this. The Neil Rogers listeners, and I know this will come as a great shock to Greg Reed, who's dumber than a box of rocks, but the Neil Rogers audience, there are many of our listeners who really aren't Howard Stern people. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. Now, that being the case, how do our listeners know? I mean, do we have like a crystal ball? Do we have a psychic hotline that they can call to tell them what day they're going to run out of steam on that show and go home? Because we were being told, it's about 10:30, 10:45 on the average. Now, yesterday is the first day we carried the Stern show. They wrapped it up at about 11:10, I would say, give or take, right?
Right.
This morning, about 11:15, if my memory is correct, right?
Right.
So we're not even close to having any idea when they finally throw in the towel. How do the Neil Rogers listeners have any clue as to when we start? I guess they'll just have to keep checking back with us, right?
Maybe we can, ring some sirens or bells or something.
Yeah, or we just set off a stink bomb in your front yard, something like that, to let you know, hey, guess what? The coast is clear now. You can change the dial. Not really too promising, that part of it. It sounds like, if there are any negatives to the whole deal, that sounds like one right there. Not that I want to be negative. Like some crusty, cranky people we know. Sergio in Hialeah says, I tried for 2 days to listen to the Howard Stern show, waiting for you. God, what a piece of crap, he says. Nothing they said was unique or funny or held my attention for more than a few seconds. And changing the subject, saw the opening ceremonies for the Olympics, so he's the one. And saw the Iraqi delegation notice that the USA-approved flag had been replaced by their traditional flag. I guess they're showing the world and to our biased media that not all is going as planned, or whatever that means. What does that mean?
No idea.
And you notice, one of the things the American athletes are doing is wearing very tiny little American decals or logos on their shirts and sweaters and things. Not too popular being American around the world these days, eh? Too bad. It's one of those things that the Bushmeister did for you. How many people are watching the Olympics so far?
About 30, man.
How many people attending those big events?
About 30, man.
$8 billion they spent in Athens. NBC spent $1 billion for the rights, and nobody ain't showing up. What if they had an Olympics and nobody showed up? I think we're answering that question right now. Who cares? Really pretty boring stuff, you know?
Come on, I love handball.
In addition to, don't forget the synchronized women's diving. But Athens and most of Europe, in the month of August, they go on vacation anyway to show you how well this was planned. The local people go on vacation. The touristas, they're all terrified of terrorism, so there ain't nobody there. But wait till the next Olympics in Beijing. Oh, yeah, they're all going to be flocking to China. Although the one thing, they got 1 billion people there, so they can shove in all the locals. Nobody will even notice. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you're right about Moe, man. He's just gotten ridiculous. On Friday, he was talking about how you're going to be sitting there listening to every word that Howard says.
Oh, yeah, right.
And somebody called up about this yesterday. Those sports guys, they say stuff on the air, or they let stuff go on the air that supposedly you can't say anymore, but they say it all the time on their show.
On our station? Wait a minute, on this station?
Of course. Even our good buddy Joe Rose the other day, or like a week ago or so, I heard him say the F word as far as a female, like, SLUT. I've heard, you heard about Dennis Miller, right?
No.
He had Dennis Miller on. Dennis Miller said a-hole on the air, and they didn't even dump it.
He had Dennis Miller on?
Yeah, Moe had Dennis, his good personal friend, Dennis Miller.
Oh, no.
Why?
Oh,
It's
now I know.
ridiculous,
You know what they say about birds of a feather do it together? That is just unbelievable.
Well, they both used to do Monday Night Football.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they both got canned. 11:57. Don't let me get behind here because I feel like a little bit on the Rush side today, a little like Rush. By the way, KDKA took Rush off and put Bill O'Reilly on. You ready for that in Pittsburgh? The mighty are falling. And, of course, putting O'Reilly in, that's like throwing in and waving a white towel. If you're on the Atkins, the South Beach, or Sugar Busters, or any low-carb, sugar-free diet, then head for Delights of West Boca. For years now, Delights has helped thousands of low-carb dieters achieve their weight loss goals, and now Delights of West Boca is celebrating their 14th anniversary with special discounts of up to 50% off on low-carb products like Carbolite, Pure Delight, Carb Sense, and lots more. By the way, Mo, get a life. Go out and play golf. Get lost. And as their anniversary super special, you can save half off all Atkins brands, foods, and supplements. Don't forget their great selection of low-carb bakery items like cheesecakes, breads, rolls, and brownies. And, of course, as always, you can try anything in the store before you shell out any cash and buy it. They got a staff that knows low-carb dieting inside and out, and they're open every day till 10. And don't forget their guaranteed lowest price policy on all Atkins, Carbolite, and Pure Delight products, too. And Delights of West Boca promises you they will not be undersold. Delights, you'll find them on the northeast corner of Glades and 441, right next to Boston Market, or call them toll-free at 1-877-LOW-CARB, that's with a W, low-carb, or on the web it's lowcarb.com. Delights of West Boca is your official Atkins retail center.
You're listening to Neil Rogers on 560 WQAM.
Homeland Security, Tom Ridge, advising you to put duct tape on your radio when I raise the warning color to pink for the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
And this is Jeff the Forest, happy to be back in the melodious concubine of manly jock worship, but mainly I'm honored to be sitting here alongside a legend in Sportholia, after an extended absence induced by Big Wampum from the last of the Mohegans. Well, Mo, is there anything you'd like to add to my monolithical dysentery?
Just one thing.
And what's that, my bald and aged friend?
Who are you?
That question, my veiny-nosed nabob, has been asked of me many times in public toilets at the track and in the back alleys of life.
What's that noise?
That, my colostomized chum, is the ankle bracelet I must carry for life as punishment for my sins against the Indian nation. Don't let it bother you if a beat from time to time. Keeps me on my toes. But when I think negative thoughts, it sends deadly currents rioting through my body.
What's the big idea? You've been away too long, pal. That attorney Bird in Fort Myers says I can't get raped anymore.
Take it easy, bub. I'm only changing my bracelet battery.
Now, see here. You stink, and I don't like you.
Pipe down, Pops. You don't want to run.
I'm going to use all the powers imbued in me to get you fired. Stop it, you frightening me. I'm just a frail old man, and now I'm scared.
1203 at 560 WQAM. 93 votes on the poll, not too exciting. They don't like this one. That's okay.
I haven't voted yet.
Who do you think is the most beloved American celebrity of all time? Lucille Ball, 34, Elvis, 28, Bob Hope, 11, Red Skelton, 7, Johnny Carson, 5, Carol Burnett, 3, John Wayne, the Duke's got a pair, tiny ones, Fred Rogers, 2, Frankie Lyman, 1, and Danny Kaye has got the big... Oh! You don't have any. Olympics are a terrorist dream, says reported. The Olympic Games in Greece are a terrorist dream come true. An undercover reporter has been able to get a job at the heart of the Games and plant 3 suspicious items that resemble components to make a bomb, una bomba grande. Despite a massive £1 billion security, that's like almost $2 billion, security operation, a journalist managed to secure a driving job 5 weeks ago with a British contractor with no references, no formal interview. At Friday's spectacular opening ceremony in Athens, a reporter was able to stand within 60 feet of dozens of heads of state, including Prime Minister Tony Blair. The Sunday Mirror's Bob Graham, no relation to Florida's Bob Graham, said he left packages containing slabs of gray plasticine, batteries, coils of wire, and electrical tape in various locations, including inside a sandwich container in the main Olympic Stadium. He said none of the packages was detected despite a major security lockdown and searches by the Greek army. Identity checks, which would have exposed him as a journalist, were never carried out, and the reporter was able to wander around the site with passes in the names of Michael Mouse and Robert bin Laden around his neck. Michael Mouse. Bob Graham said when security was supposed to be at its tightest, I regularly drove a 9-seater minivan, conveniently provided by an Olympic sponsor, on and off the site to get supplies of ice to chill drinks for the workers, performers, and volunteers. When I returned with upwards of 60 large bags of ice, the contents of the van were never properly searched. I could have picked up anything, could have contained any number of explosives. He added, security is absolutely disgraceful. The games are a terrorist dream come true. Given assurances from the authorities and the resources available, it's a scandal on an Olympic scale, he said. I guess one more good reason that the people that didn't go are saying, good idea. Made the right move. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. So what do you think about that little dilemma I have there about a show that starts like at no particular time and nobody knows when to tune in for it?
At most, we get a minute and a half notice.
Right.
Of when their show's going to
Well,
end.
no, we get it, but the audience doesn't.
Right, so I'm saying there's no way to know. You just got to check back.
All the stuff that I do at the beginning of the show, like yesterday's poll and the Christy Turlington's Behind a Beaded Curtain today, a lot of people are going to miss the beginning of the show and not have any idea what we're talking about. It's kind of like when they threw the show back on there at 9.
Yeah.
And had the 9 to 1 thing on there, and, of course, expecting everybody to turn off their morning shows at 9, which they weren't going to do and didn't do. As Greg Reed continues fouling and screwing up. But you know what? Who cares? As long as that check keeps coming. Their funeral, right?
Mm-hmm.
WQAM line 9. Hello?
How you doing, Neil?
Great.
Hey, I don't think any poll would be complete without Andy Griffin on it.
Andy Griffith.
Yep.
Not Griffin, Andy Griffith.
Yep.
Sounds good to me. Thank you. Yep. Thanks a lot. Andy Griffith. Yep. Right? And by the way, anything else, Robin? No, seriously, the way they do that, it's almost as though it's like an endurance contest. How much more can we do until we just collapse right on the floor?
And then you hear him fumbling for cards, and he knocks the cards over, and
what
the
is
phone
that all
ringing.
about? And then she does the little lead into the soundbite that they're going to play. C3, I mean, that's real professional. C4.
With all the
What
money,
is that all
with
about?
all the money they generate, they can't get a computer.
Oh, I'm sure they got plenty of pewters. They got all those people sitting around in that room. They got how many people doing that show?
About 30, man.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how about Jackie Gleason for the poll?
Jackie Gleason is a magnificent fat choice.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Jackie Gleason, right? Especially in South Florida. How many times did I tell you about Jackie Gleason sitting at Pompano Park at his table in the dining room right up by the window and didn't want to be bothered?
About 30, man.
About 30,000 times I told you that. I guess he wasn't really a very nice guy. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I heard things, you know?
I liked him in The Toy.
Yeah.
The movie, The Toy. He was.
Oh, I thought you said Doy.
Doy.
5670560. He was good. He was great. But that was all back in the day, you know, those of us living in the past. I don't think we are living in the past. I think TV and entertainment back then was so much better than the crap that's on now. I mean, garbage. WQAM, hello.
Polls suck.
Okay, yeah, there he is again, the whisperer. Paul suck. Yeah, suck this. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil. Hello.
Yes.
Hey, Neil. Hello.
If you say Neil and hello one more time, we're going to end your pain, okay? And ours, too. 5670560, pound 560. Well, he's confused. Nobody gave him a road map or a driver's license when his raft came on shore. So when's Hank coming back? Now, let me ask you this. Are we still under, penalty of death that we can't discuss any of these things? Is that edict still... Because I don't have any memo on that. I don't have anything in writing.
They haven't come running in here yet.
Yeah. Oh, they better not come around.
Give it
That's
8 seconds.
That's only when George is on. They come around. Oh, you can't talk about this. You better take that poll down. You know, the way they mistreat George, they abuse him. That poor little spick, man. They abuse him something fierce because they know they can. They know if they come in here in the middle of the show when I'm on, I'm going to tell them to blow it out their ass. Blow it out your ass, Duff and Clarence. Especially Duff.
Rectum.
I mean, especially Clarence. Duff's under a lot of stress. We don't want to pick on her these days. Sitting in there. Can we get that picture on our website?
Of him with the headphones on?
Of Duff sitting in there with the headphones on, monitoring the Stern show with his finger
tomorrow.
on the button. Huh?
I'll have to get it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Let's get that on our website tomorrow. That'll be a beautiful thing. I guarantee you he'll never last a month. This man will be in a rubber moon by the end of the month.
I don't know.
Guaranteed. WQAM.
Jumba?
Oh, you know who that is?
That's
that Jerome guy now, who actually now
Derone.
calls with... Huh?
He's Derone.
Oh, Derone, is that it?
Yeah, it works in the
He
guardhouse.
sounds like a drone.
Yeah.
You're an idiot, Derone. And when George comes back, we're going to put your phone number. He's a security guard. He's an imbecile. We'll put all the stuff on the air. We'll put it on tea room walls everywhere. WQAM, hello.
Is there anything else, Robin? Please, is there anything else?
Oh, that was excellent. That was Howard, wasn't it? He sounds a little bit worn out, but after the first 25 hours of a show, you know.
He's still going.
Running out of, yeah, they probably are still doing it. That thing about not streaming while that is on, and there's so... See, this is, again, Greg Reed jumping into the pool before checking to see if there's any water in it. The same crap, and then all of a sudden, bingo, we got a real serious multitude of problems on our hands, thanks to Greg. Just jump into it with both heads. Everything he does. At least he's consistent, right? Just like when he hired Moe. Not to mention, of course, when he hired your favorite.
I'll take your children. I'll sell them to some Haitians.
Yeah. Hiring people who have been fired at 80 million jobs in the last 6 years and just putting them on there, hey, this is going to be great, this is going to be great. And all based on the fact that he's doing the Humpty Dumpty routine, trying to put the pieces of the egg back together again that he smashed when he blew the first team out there. In addition to which, doesn't it come as kind of shocking to you that he's got this cavalier attitude? Well, you know, the NFL games are all going to be on Sirius, on the car radios, et cetera, and so on. So the Dolphin franchise isn't that valuable anymore. We don't really care whether Wayne likes it or Eddie Jones or this or that, like the Stern Show. So we've gone from this sports obsessive, like all of a sudden we stopped in the middle of the road and did a U-turn, right?
I don't know.
Doesn't it seem that way?
I don't know.
Do you know anything besides Howie's is going to bring you lunch?
Yeah, they just did. Thanks a lot, by the way.
See, there's my psychic powers working again. We have a problem with Howard. Well, not with Howard Stern yet, but with the way that show operates, and certainly with Howard. We just don't have a lot of luck with Howard's, except for Howie's. Thanks, Howie's. 12 minutes past noon. Jesus, it's afternoon already?
That's right.
And Moe thinks I'm pissed off and going to have a problem with only having to work like a couple hours a day. In addition to which, let me say this for you, Mr. Hotshot, Mr. Lime Green Pants. Let me say this to you. When he first came, the reason that they had to move my time to 9 to 1 was to accommodate the great Howard David because he was only going to work 3 hours, so his show was 6 to 9. And after being on the air for how many years?
About 30, man.
Doing 10 to 2, I had to move to accommodate his lazy, fat, old colostomy bag-filled ass. So he only does 3 hours. Now that he's doing the Humper being suspended show 4 to 7, that sounds like 3 hours to me. So why the hell should I have to do 4 hours? Am I paying some kind of a penalty or something?
Yes.
Yeah. Schmuck. 12 minutes past noon at QAM. When you're moving or renovating, that's the best time to call this number, 1-800-MATTRESS. Make that first night in your dream home heavenly with a brand new top-quality name-brand mattress from our friends at Dial Mattress. And you still get to pick the date and time for delivery to fit your move-in schedule. And don't forget, Dial Mattress is on time 99.7% of the time. And nobody nowhere's got a better selection of queen and king-size mattress sets ready for immediate delivery than Dial Mattress. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS right now, you'll get a great mattress at an unbeatable discount price. Dial Mattress continues to be ranked the best in the world in customer satisfaction. These folks were winners of the 2004 Better Business Bureau Local Torch of Excellence Award. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll choose from the complete line of Sealy, Serta, King Coil, Simmons, Tempur-Pedic, and even Stearns and Foster Hewitt. Everybody at QM's calling them, and so should you. 1-800-MATTRESS for your bed, or you can log on to their website at mattress.com. Guarantee yourself a great night's sleep for months and years to come with just one easy phone call. It's an unbeatable deal all the way around. Dial 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
You drudge packing?
The USA caught me in my spider hole. Now they turn me over to Iraqi control. But if the Americans don't keep me safe, pretty soon there's gonna be one more grave in Iraq. Yeah, here in Iraq. As soon as they put me in the dock, I will croak in the jailhouse Iraq. My people can hardly wait to make me pay, just like they did with Hussein Hussein. Only one way to triumph over my foes. Call Johnny Cochran or Mark Guerra goes to Iraq. Yeah, they come to Iraq. In my cell, I'm going to stay locked till they get to the jailhouse Iraq. Maybe if I'm lucky, I can cop a plea. Maybe I can even plead insanity. I must have been crazy to get into this war. It's like trying to steal donut from Michael Moore. Iraq. Yeah, here in Iraq. my head will soon be on the block, and I will die in the jailhouse Iraq. Die in the jailhouse Iraq. Die in the jailhouse Iraq.
I'm dying over here.
12:18, speaking of Elvis, she's catching Lucy's right on her ass. Lucy's got 48, the most beloved American celebrity of all time. Elvis, 44. We got a horse race going. Bob Hope, 29. Johnny Carson, 11. Red Skelton, 11. John Wayne, 5. Carol Burnett, 5. Downhill from there. Jackie Gleason just went on. He's got full already. Doron Granovsky, that's the Jamba? That's the guy's name?
Doron.
I beg your pardon?
It's Doron.
Doron? No, I thought it was Doron because it rhymes with
M-O-R-O-N.
Moron.
That could be true.
Doron? What kind of a name is that?
No idea.
Sounds like a goofball name.
Could be Israeli.
That's what George said, I think. Granovsky. Well, guess what, Doron? We're going to have your shoe size, your social security number, your phone numbers, your cell phone number. Everything's going to be on here because, you know, some of the nut jobs, we can live with them, but you're just annoying. Right?
He's annoying.
Extremely annoying. And now all of a sudden he calls in IDs. I heard him call the big, who of course talks to all the losers like Chronic Carl and all the other sports nerds. This is Daron, a.k.a. Chamba. I mean, what are you trying to tell us, Daron?
I have no line.
Oh, brother. WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Daron also rhymes with Maricon. Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Sounds like Reverend Jones to me.
No, it's not Reverend Jones.
Okay.
I got a question. As far as the Howard Stern show, trying to see both aspects of it, is there a way they would cut his show off at 10 so you can start?
No chance.
They won't do it.
See, even if I did object to it, it wouldn't make any difference. We'd be in the middle of another one of Greg Reed's legal problems because they made the deal with Infinity, with the syndicators of the show, before they even discussed it with me. It was a done deal by the time they told me about it.
I see. So you guys just basically have to wait it out until the show ends.
Until he runs out of gas and decides that his ego's had it for the day, he's going to go home, yeah.
Okay, but like I said, because I know George's, when he was on yesterday, he was on till like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and his show's on longer also. So it's the whole
What do you mean he was on till 1:30?
1:30 then. Okay, so basically maybe you got to light in the sky like Batman used to have or something, saying Neil's on or something, but otherwise you got to just keep...
I don't know what you're talking about. Who was on at 1:30? Stern was off at 10 after 11 yesterday.
Yeah, then then George went on. Then that was it. It was, before you know it, this whole show was over, and it goes by so quick.
Yeah. Well, thank God. Thanks for the good news. All I can say to that is...
All right.
Yeah! I'm not bitching about that, so Mo, don't be getting a fat head. Any fatter than it already is. I'm just a little bit concerned about that aspect of how anybody's going to have any idea if they're not a Stern listener. In addition to which, see, the poll result from George's poll yesterday, that was also skewed because the Stern people who don't listen to us, I mean, you think the Stern people are running to NeilRogers.com to vote on our poll?
No, they're on the Howard message board.
Well, whatever the traveling message board, whatever they're doing, it's got nothing to do with us, most of them. So it's very much skewed because those are mostly the Neil Rogers listeners, which, quite frankly, we have a few, as opposed to the Stern people. So, you know, the fact that, what did it say? Let's see, great, it sounds good to have Howard back, 17%. But that's very deceptive because the Stern people who don't listen to me or the rest of this radio station, they were there. I'm assuming, that is, if a pigeon dropped one on their windowsill and told them, oh, by the way, Howard's back on QM Monday. It's just, is there not even a newspaper ad, anything?
Yeah, there's some newspaper ads.
I saw it on the news last night.
You saw it on what news?
On Channel 4 I was watching. They said, Stern started in Miami today.
And that's it?
Yeah, it was a little blurb.
Let me tell you something about Tom Jerko, okay, beside the fact that...
Stupid!
Yeah. Here's a guy who's on permanent vacation. He just finished his summertime out on the West Coast. He's talking about me being in Toronto and being out of touch with South Florida. I don't know anybody who's out of touch more than he is. He's on the West Coast the last month getting wined and dined with the fall TV previews by the TV people. Now that we got the biggest radio story in a long, long time, where's little Tommy? He evidently is on vacation. Because the only thing you'll find on the website, there's nothing in the newspaper, and the only thing on the website is the puff piece that he does, the questions and answers in the TV book this past Sunday, which obviously they got a whole bunch of those in the can ahead of time, so he's not even around. So, like I said before, other than Barry Jackass and Jim Sarney with a few words in the sports nerd columns, there's nothing going on. There's no big hype about this, which is really sad. Nice going, Greg, you idiot, you nincompoop, you simpleton. Keep scratching that hole in your head, okay? Maybe you'll find something. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing today?
I beg your pardon?
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Outstanding. You forgot one person on your poll.
Well, I'm sure there are a lot more than one. That's the idea. Who is it?
I was thinking Curly. I'm assuming he was American.
Curly.
Larry Curly? Curly.
Yeah,
Everybody loves Curly.
Yeah, okay. You sound a little girly, Curly. Judy Garland. Now we're talking. Judy Fabulous Garland says this fax right here. That's a good choice, right? Nobody didn't like Judy Garland, even though she was very neurotic.
I like her
slippers. Yeah. Somewhere. Huh? Everybody loved Judy Garland. Let's put her on there before she starts popping a few more pills. I understand they had to fill up the coffin with some extra goods. That's what I'm hearing. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the Howard Stern show, it sucks. I hate it.
Yeah.
Why did they bring him back?
What do you mean, why did they bring him back? Because he's going to make a lot of money for him.
Oh, my God, but he sucks. He needs to change the whole format. Anyway, Neil, about the guy at the Olympics who didn't get searched,
Yeah.
he didn't get searched because he was white. You know what I'm saying? Thanks.
567. Oh, here's one. Here, a couple. James Dean, and I guess that he'll get some votes. Although for the life of me, I can't figure out why. And Marilyn Monroe, beloved. I don't know if she was all that much beloved. Just everybody was horny for her, but we'll put her on there, right?
Is that the same thing?
No, it is not. It's the same thing. Why did you want to have? Do you think these people wanted sex with Lucille Ball? You think they wanted to hop in a sack with Jackie Gleason? Maybe the Duke. I think the Duke. A lot of these macho guys, they wanted to get it on with the Duke. WQAM, hello. Hi. Oh, they're all there. They're all there. They've just been waiting. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about this abomination they have on from 6 o'clock until whenever.
And what is that, sir? The Howard Sperm Show?
Well, actually, yeah, I actually used to listen to him on the other station, and then and then when they dropped him, I was listening to you guys, and then I did what you said. I boycotted Clear Channel. I didn't listen to 610 or any of the other stations anymore. If it was a Clear Channel, I wouldn't listen to him. But at least Clear Channel had the gonads to cancel him and take a stance. You guys have brought back something that I don't know what the hell it is. It's not the Stern Show. Every 2 minutes they cut it out. They play that racket. It's an embarrassment.
I agree.
I can listen to that 96.1 on at the same time, which is also a Beasley station. And they don't do any of that crap.
Yeah, that's what I can't figure out, because they sent Duff and Robert Grieper over to Fort Myers or to Naples for a couple of days 2 weeks ago for a little bit of orientation training to teach them how to sit and monitor the show and what to dump and what to leave in there. And for whatever reason, the Beasleys over there on the West Coast, they leave almost everything in, and on our station we dump every other word. So what's the point of carrying it?
I can't even listen to it, and I'm telling you, I'm so upset with QAM. That if they don't fix this, I'm going to boycott them.
Well, let me ask you this. When you say fix it, how are they going to fix it?
Stop doing this silliness.
It's never going to happen.
Well, then you know what? I'm going to take a stand. I'm going to boycott your entire station. I'm sorry. You're going to suffer because of these idiots.
Oh, jeez. Okay, Pally.
All right, bye.
Good luck to you. Thanks.
Are you upset you're going to suffer?
I better take a break.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively. QAM.
They raised the terror level high, and I'm afraid I'm going to die. I'm worried, not happy. They say Al-Qaeda has a chance, and I think I just peed my pants. I'm worried, not happy. I'm worried, not happy now. I'm worried, not happy. I'm worried, not happy. I locked the doors and closed the drapes. I bought 100 rolls of duct tape. I'm worried, not happy.
I'm dying over here.
If they change it from orange to red, I'll go and hide under my bed. I'm worried. Oh, my. I'm not happy. Look at me. I'm not happy. I'm worried. Not happy. I'm worried. Not happy.
12:33, 27:01. Mad Dog at 2, and then we got Moe Howard. Davided for the vacationing and suspended Hank Goldberg at 4. What a juvenile place, man. Like a sandbox. Here's the facts it says for our poll today. Who do you think is the most beloved American celebrity of all time? Carol O'Connor says, I think I spelled it wrong. He's got Carol O'Connor. But I'm sure that Josh will get it all spelt right, won't you?
That's right.
Or close to it. We got a battle going on, and look who just moved into first place 27 years after his death. Who do you think it might be? It's a flat-footed tie. Lucy and Elvis, 55 apiece. Bob Hope, 44. He's moving on up. Jackie Gleason, 13. Johnny Carson, 12. Red Skelton, 11. John Wayne, 10. Andy Griffith, 10. Fred Rogers, 5. Carol Burnett's got 5. Frankie Lyman, 4. Marilyn Monroe, 1. Danny Kaye, 1. And none for James Dean or Judy Garland. How do you like that? Isn't that a shame?
Upsetting.
I bet they'll be disturbed by it. Tom Harkin in Iowa, he's pretty disturbed by Dick Cheney. He's really pissed off about Dick.
Who's not?
Vice President Dick Cheney's questioning of John Kerry's war record and his ability to protect America is cowardly, Senator Tom Harkin of Iowa said yesterday. It just outrages me that someone who got 5 deferments during Vietnam and said he had other priorities at that time would say that, said the Iowa Democrat, a former Navy fighter pilot. Harkin said he had seen clips of the vice president saying in Iowa last week that Kerry lacks a basic understanding of the war on terrorism. He accused Bush and his vice president of resorting to dirty attacks on John Kerry's war record.
Absolutely correct, sir.
They're running scared because John Kerry has a war record and they don't, said Harkin. What Cheney is doing and what he is saying is cowardly, and his actions are cowardly. And like I said, you are.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Yeah. You got the AWOL president and the often deferred bad ticker Cheney. And they're talking about Kerry's war record. WQAM, hello.
Oh, Neil, how are you?
Okay.
Hey, got a question for you. I was going through some of my CDs, and I was just wondering, are you still doing the best of at the end of the year?
Yes, sir.
You are doing, you're all the way up to what, like 2003 you just finished up?
Right.
Is there any way to get copies of, like, previous ones that were released? Is that still possible?
No.
No, once they're gone, that's it?
Once they're gone, finito, man.
Okay, well, at least I checked. I got up to 99, 2000 when you were in that hiatus.
I'll tell you what, call Miguel. He might have a few laying around the building.
Also, I spoke to Jerome, and he said he's not going to call anymore. I know who Jerome is. That's my friend. And
what do you mean he's not going to call anymore? He was just on here 2 minutes ago.
I just spoke to him afterwards. I called him on his cell, and he said he's going to slow it down. So I told him, you're going to get in trouble. I mean, it's getting old already. So it's enough.
You mean Jerome Gronowski, where does he work? Where is he the security guard?
He works down in Miami. He's a security guard. He works at one of your guys that works, I think it's like Mad Dog or somebody. He knows him, and he works in his development or something.
He works in a Mad Dog's development. Mad Dog lives in Miami Lakes.
Exactly.
So that's why Jerome...
Yeah, it's his area. He works down there in that area.
Okay, well, we're going to stick the Mad Dog on his ass, and then he'll be sorry. Okay, thanks a lot, Pally.
Thanks a lot, Neil.
Call Miguel Escobar at the station. Maybe he can get you some of them discs.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Or some drugs, anyway. LD Escobar's know the good drugs. 5670560. Boy, the beach is awful quiet today. I thought you were going to rip your buddy all for 3 hours and 45 minutes. Huh?
I'd be happy to.
Go right ahead. Now, let me ask you this. How come now Zach got blown out?
Well, he didn't really get blown out.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he just was out of a job.
Can you explain the difference?
Well, he was Joe's producer, and Joe wasn't on anymore.
Right. Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Aren't there other producers around who... Wasn't Robert Grieper the morning show? Wasn't he Moe's morning producer?
Now he's going to run the Howard Stern show.
Right. So the show has changed, but he didn't get blown out. That's because he's got naked pictures of Josh Darrow.
Right. Grieper's a whole different story.
Oh, I know that. If I've told you once, I've told you 9 times. We all know that. And what about you? I mean, you're Clarence's boyfriend, the PD's boyfriend, so that's obviously an in.
I do all my hurricane stuff.
Well, such as what?
I cover all the everyday practice, and I do the sideline reporting.
You cover every day at practice, and that's a job?
Well, yeah.
You're starting to get like Mike Rosenthal and J. Ro Keats now,
That's my
mister.
job. That's what they pay me to do.
That's your job, is covering the Hurricanes?
Yes.
With a blanket?
Something like that.
By the way, how many are on death row?
About 30, man.
We don't want to get Donna Shillelagh pissed off, because it'd be bad enough if we lose the Dolphin broadcast because of Howard's sperm. But then if we get, Donna Shillelagh pissed off and lose the Hurricanes, too, then you really be out of luck. Then you have to go over to 790 and be there with Stu Gatz again. Now, do you really think that Clarence has given Stu Gatz guests now that Stu Gatz is the program director of our only competitor, the only remaining one?
I would hope not.
Yeah, he is. I guarantee he's doing it. Clarence Darrow, he likes to diddle with his boyfriends, man. It's like a little. What did I tell you a long time ago? It's a little boy fraternity we got in there.
It is. You want to learn the handshake?
WQAM, hello.
Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer. Okay, thank you. You know who that sounded like?
Who?
Arnold Palmer. No, listen.
He's, let me see, I'm a little nervous. I never called on radio before, but nevertheless.
It sounded like nevertheless, sounded like to me. Could be. Or maybe it was Arnold Palmer. Hey, you're a blue-nosed schmuck, Arnold. You and all the golfers. What is it about golf that attracts real morons? WQAM, hello. Not there. That must have been Moe. WQAM, hello.
Hi.
Once a day, Ron. Once a day is more than once enough, but put a lid on it, schmuck. WQAM, hello.
Hey, for the poll, I'd like to add Frank Sinatra.
Yes?
And I also like to say, stay wrong!
Oh, it's one of the Howard people.
Here we go.
What a surprise. Okay, get Sinatra on here, and you know who we left off? Since we're hearing from a lot of these Julios who have nothing to say.
I am Celia Cruz and I am dead now, but I remember when I was alive. I will do the
Right?
As one of America's most beloved celebrities?
Yes, we got lots of... What are you talking about? You're sitting right there in Dade County right now as we speak.
Yeah, but this isn't America.
Well, we know that. Well, close to America, close enough. We got to have something on there for all them beaners. Celia Cruz, man, get it on there, Josh. Don't listen to him.
She don't.
He's prejuiced. 20 till 1. By the way, it won't be long before the football season starts. I think the Patriots are going to be 13-3 this season, and the Dolphins 7-9 at best.
All right.
At best.
All right.
When I'm reading about the battle for starting quarterback position is going to be like hammer and tongs. It's unbelievable. In fact, the hammer might he might get the job himself. He's looking for a little work now.
That was funny.
I mean, Jay Fiedler and Touchy Feely, you got to be schmitting me, man. That team is going to really suck. Am I right, Beast? What? What?
I love it.
You love it. All the bitching and moaning they had when they're like 9-7 or 10-6. Can you imagine a 7-9 or a 6-10 season? Holy moly! Wow, they're going to be crocodile tears. You may drown in the sea of tears.
Well, at least
I will say this: if you live in a trailer park and there's a hurricane warning, probably a pretty good idea to evacuate.
You think?
Yeah. When you shop for quality footwear, great selection and professional service, there's only one place to go. I've been telling you about Brandy's in Pompano Beach for a long time now. At Brandy's Shoes, you'll find the biggest selection of men's and women's shoes anywhere in South Florida, the best service, and, most important to a lot of you folks, the best prices in town, period. They are absolutely unbeatable. At Brandy's, you'll find top quality names. They got them all: Rockport, Florsheim, SAS, Sperry, Timberland, Naturalizer, and all the other big names in the shoe business. And with Brandy's humongous selection, you can bet Greg Reed's life on it that whatever style you like is in stock right now on a shelf in your size, ready to slap on your big fat feet. Brandy's is open daily from 9 to 9, Monday through Saturday, and Sundays 10 till 5. You'll find them at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. It's always worth the trip no matter where you are because they're, like I said, unbeatable. And all this week at Brandy's, it's a great time to buy Rockports, which are some of the best shoes in the world. Selected men's and women's styles are only $29.90 to $69.90, so come in and save a ton on great Rockport shoes this week, or visit their website, brandyshoes.com.
Listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
I think this new government might be a waste of time.
Yes.
Push things back and fix things up. Sure out of his mind, yeah. There'll still be chaos over there. There'll still be in your hair. I don't want to hear from Bush that he's restoring peace. How will we know we've succeeded with that new democracy? I guess we'll know we've succeeded when you see more Mickey D's. McDonald's.
Oh, it's big, baby. McDonald's. Vanilla ice cream, McDonald's, certain radio shows. 12:46. At 12:46, can you believe it? It's almost 1 o'clock.
How about that?
You got to be schmitting me, mister. Anybody that don't like this Howard Stern thing, all I can say to you is, and that's a raspberry.
You can't like it. Come on, it's taking your show away.
Hey, you can have it, baby. I've done enough. How many years in this town?
About 30, man.
That's plenty. Just send me those checks, baby. Keep that money coming in. I mean, this is... Oh, here's a fax from Joe in South Miami. See, this is another thing. This is happening at the worst possible time of the year because it's the summertime and where an enormous number of people in South Florida and all over the country, they're on vacation, right?
I don't know. They're coming back now. School's in session.
But that's my point. They go away, they come back, and Joe in South Miami says, what happened? He says, hiya, Pally. What happened? I've been in China for 3 weeks, get back here, and all hell is broken loose.
Absolutely correct, sir.
The humper is gone, replaced by Moe. Well, the humper isn't gone. He's in limbo. He's doing the limbo rock. He's on vacation. He's suspended. He's who knows what. Because his contract ends in November, Moe's got a year and a half left. So with the Stern thing, anybody who really believes that this is all about a real suspension, you're full of crap. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. That's just my opinion. Hated the humper, it says, but Moe makes me sick beyond belief. He is horrible.
Absolutely.
Then the worst news, Howard the Boring in the morning. He's taking time out of your show of all things. This sucks. I'm pissed off, just like your station to F up a good thing. P.S. I know where Greg lives. Just give me the word, says Joe in South Miami. Just give him the word, okay? Now, here's a poll suggestion. Good one, too. Captain Kangaroo, Bob Keeshan. Let's just put Captain Kangaroo. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'll put it on there.
Don't want to make it too difficult. It says on the Howie Stern problem. I didn't know there was a problem, did you?
No.
See, I didn't say it was a problem. I'm just thinking out loud of our loyal listeners out there, which we do care about them some. They've supported me for a long time. But, nevertheless, it says, why don't you air from 11:30 to 3:30, it says. Then we know when to tune in. Right, like I'm going to stick around till 3:30. No, I'm done at 2, okay? Whether I start at 10, 10:30, 10:45, 11:15, 1:57:30, 1:59:14, 2 o'clock, that's the end. It says either that or dump Stern from a loyal Neil listener. Well, I'm sure we got some of our people who aren't too happy about the whole deal, but, hey, I'm happy, so you should be happy. You know what I mean?
I'm
like
happy.
That song says, yeah, like that. What is this thing you just faxed me now? The Republican chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee said yesterday that John Kerry deserved his combat medals for heroism in Vietnam, which some veterans have disputed. Thank you very much. It's on our website.
Sorry.
But I probably wouldn't have mentioned that, so thank you. I will mention this one, though. Bush accused of exploiting hurricane in Florida as he offers aid to the disaster area.
No.
He wouldn't do something like that, would he? President George Bush flew into southwest Florida Sunday on a mission that was as much about politics as compassion for the area devastated by the hurricane over the weekend, accompanied by his fat-ass brother, Jeb Bush, governor of the state, and by Mike Brown, the director of FEMA. The president toured by helicopter and on land Charlotte and Lee counties, which suffered the most damage by far from Hurricane Charley. He made the brief morning visit as a huge swath of central Florida struck by the storm was struggling to emerge from the debris and wreckage. The official death toll, it says here, remained at 13. I think it's 19 now, isn't it? 19.
I saw 17, so I don't know.
19. And as many as 2 million residents along the storm's path from the Gulf Coast of Atlantic remained without power. The cost of reconstruction is expected to exceed $10 billion. For Mr. Bush, the handling of the aftermath of Charley, the worst hurricane to hit Florida in a dozen years since Andrew in '92, which we know all too well, could be crucial to his hopes of winning the state in the presidential election in November. Latest polls show his rival John Kerry with a slim edge in the state. I think it was 47-41, 6 points, or 48-41. Mr. Bush will be heeding harsh lessons learned by his father, who was heavily criticized in the wake of Hurricane Andrew. In August '92, 3 months before losing that year's election to Bill Clinton, George Bush Sr. came under criticism when he flew to the perimeter of the storm's worst damage south of Miami and hastily left again. After Andrew, moreover, there were loud complaints from local officials that the federal agencies led by FEMA reacted much too slowly in getting assistance to the area. On being elected, Bill Clinton made the reform of FEMA, which oversees all emergencies in the county, a top priority. Boy, we sure miss Bubba, don't we? Man. Now, we got Josh registered to vote there. He's going to be voting several times. What about the Beast? Are you a registered voter?
Of course I am.
Oh, thank God.
That hasn't come in yet, by the way.
I beg your pardon?
That hasn't come in yet, by the way.
What hasn't come in?
My card, my registration card.
Your registered voter registration card? Well, I would call him. What are you laughing about?
Call who? A guy stopped by and gave me a pamphlet to fill out, and I mailed it in.
Well, call him up.
Okay.
And say, hey, guy, what do you mean a guy stopped by? You don't still have the pamphlet? It doesn't have a phone number on it?
No, I mailed in the pamphlet.
Well, call the, what do you live in Data? Broward.
Broward.
You live in Broward. Call the Broward Elections Office and tell them, ask them if your name is on the thing, and if so, how come you don't have your card yet? And if not, get it to get with it. Because who knows? Maybe that guy was just some kind of a used car salesman or something. Who knows who he was?
He was a little fruity.
Was he really? Tutti Frutti? Yeah. Seem to be a lot of those people around. Kerry leads Bush despite Nader. Here's the latest poll. All right is all we can say.
All right.
We need those votes. We need Josh Cordes' vote. We need the Beast vote. I'm voting absentee. In fact, what I'm going to do is make copies of it, and I'm going to try mailing it in about 100 times, maybe 1,000 times, maybe
about 30, man.
30,000, just to be on the safe side. Democratic challenger John Kerry has pulled ahead of President George W. Bush, even when Ralph Nader, that loser, that egotist, and other presidential candidates are accounted for, according to the brand-new poll. Kerry leads Bush nationwide, 47 to 43%, even with Nader, the Libertarian, Constitution, and Green Party candidates included in the latest Zogby poll. Minus those contenders, Kerry and his running mate have a 50 to 43% lead over Bush. The Kerry Edwards ticket has gained 2 points since the Democratic Party convention last month. Bush's overall approval rating rose 3 points, though, to 47%, although 52% of likely voters said they disapproved of the job the president is doing. Zogby also found that voters holding passports preferred Kerry, like yours truly, 58 to 35%. Voters without passports favored Bush, 48 to 39. See the difference there? Those people who don't have passports, like you guys, do you have a passport?
I don't know.
I know Josh doesn't.
No.
See? People that don't have passports, that means they don't get around. They don't go anywhere. They don't know anything about the world. They're like myopic. They have tunnel vision. But the people that get around and see what's going on in the rest of the world and how America is hated and reviled right now from all around the globe, even down under, man. That! Look at the Olympics. I'm serious. They used to have, like, big emblems, you know, USA. Now, like, if you need a Mount Palomar telescope to see the USA on there. In fact, most of them are saying, hey, we're Canadian, eh? Big investors narrowly predict carryover. Can you believe it's almost 1 o'clock? This is the greatest thing. I don't care. You know, our audience will figure it out, you know? you know what I'm saying? Does it sound selfish?
Sure.
It is good. I don't care.
You must hate it, though.
What? Oh, yeah, I do hate it, Mo, you idiot. What an imbecile, man. See, one thing about me, unlike Mo, see, he's another one of those guys with a huge, huge ego, in case you haven't noticed.
I've noticed.
Oh, brother. What is it about guys named Howard that have these mammoth, insatiable egos? And so the idea that if he was on 4 hours and somebody else infringed on his time, he'd be very upset. I'm delirious. I'm so happy. Here, it's a little... The only thing that bothers me about that last part of it is that Josh there this morning overreacts a little bit. Oh, they're getting ready. Robin's going to do the news. When Robin starts doing the news, that's the last segment of the show, which means it goes on for about an hour. Okay?
Anything else?
Anything else, Robin?
Any more news?
It's like an endurance contest. Anyway, can I get back to this momentarily?
Go ahead.
The big money managers who steer billions of dollars in investments around the world reckon that U.S. Senator John Kerry might just beat W in November, but it's non-Americans who give him the best chance. As in most current election polls, the race comes out close, 41 to 37%. The nearly 300 respondents, who together manage around $940 billion in investments, say that Kerry would beat Bush. 41 to 37, the rest are like clueless. But there was a difference in view depending on where the fund manager was based. This is very much an international perspective on the election, said David Bowers, no relation to Johnny Bauer, Merrill's chief global investment strategist. Bush won among the 36 North American-based respondents, 44 to 33%. Among the 68 British-based managers, 37 to 34%. And among the 43 Japan-based respondents, 49-37. Kerry, however, was favored by 96 continental Europeans, 46-33, 28 Asian-Pacific-based respondents, 43-29, and by 16 South African managers, 50-31. The respondents were also asked about the impact of a Kerry win on financial markets. While 44% said a Kerry win would have no impact on the market, 37% said such an outcome would be negative, and 13% believed it would be positive. See, the big money people, they're always Republicans, believe you me, including my financial advisor, all of these people, anybody that's got big bucks except a few of us, for whatever reason, and the Hollywood people. They're the only other people that got big money, and the Democrats, they're liberals because they have some values, and they're not just selfish and greedy and cut my taxes to Moe. Some Moe. Speaking of Moe, on that promo, you heard it again before. Was it a rejoin or a promo?
Which one?
Might have been a rejoin. Where it's about Howard Stern and Neil and Mad Dog and Hammer. Did you hear anything about Moe in there?
No. It was a promo, by the way.
Well, whatever the hell it was. I didn't hear nothing about old Moe.
He said he's just wallpaper now.
Yeah.
No one loves him anymore. No one thinks about him. He's just...
No one loves him anymore? What a joke that is. He said maybe he ought to sue us for alienation of affection. 12:56 at 560 WQAM. Emerald Coast, South Florida's best Asian buffet, is proud. I'm doing next hour spot. I'm doing the wrong spot.
Come on now.
Huh? Am I not doing the next hour spot? What am I doing?
No,
now?
you are.
Mattress? Huh?
Yeah, Dynamite.
Well, I'm just giving you a warning for your shimp stuff next hour. Okay, that was just a little 5-minute, 10-minute warning. Hey, if you wake up every morning in a crowded bed between the kids and the dog and the cats, is there no room left for you? This is not the right copy. You know what? This ain't even the right freaking copy for that. But I'll do it anyway. At least it's a variety. If your bed is too crowded and there's no room left for you, researchers say today's shoppers are choosing bigger mattresses because of overcrowding, and nobody's got a better selection of queen and king-size mattress sets ready for immediate delivery than Dial a Mattress. Call 1-800-MATTRESS right now. You'll get a great mattress at discount price. Only Dial a Mattress delivers 8 in the morning till 10 in the p.m. every single day of your life. Dial a Mattress is ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. They were winners of the 2004 Better Business Bureau Local Torch of Excellence Award. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll get the best prices on the best brands, delivery on your schedule, and the best customer service going anywheres. And as far as brands are concerned, they got the best. They got Sealy, Serta, the complete line, King Coil, Simmons Tempur-Pedic, even Stearns Bananas Foster, too. All the smart folks are calling 1-800-MATTRESS for their beds. You ought to be doing the same. Instead of schlepping all around town, wasting gas, getting all sweated up, just sit there and make that one easy call. They'll be knocking on your door in no time at all, guaranteeing you a great night's sleep for years to come. Call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES, or online it's mattress.com.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Oh boy, it's the 1 to 2 hour.
From acclaimed documentary filmmaker George W. Bush comes a film about the real Michael Moore and the real reason behind his invasion of convenience store snack aisles.
Michael Moore is a weapon of mass destruction when it comes to ding-dongs and funny bones.
Fahrenheit 7/11, exposing the man who is becoming the most hated figure in the Arab world.
My hostess cupcake display was full just yesterday. Then Michael Moore came in and devoured everything.
From Washington to the Middle East and every place in between that sells Slim Jims and Klondike bars, you'll find a fat man with a bad beard and baseball cap hell-bent on controlling it all.
He won't stop until he eats it all. Michael Moore is a real terrorist.
Fahrenheit 7/11.
Excuse me, Congressman. Yep, Congressman. Yep. We're recruiting the children of politicians to work in convenience stores when Michael Moore comes in with a hankering for Twinkies. Sir, please come back. It'll only take a second.
Fahrenheit 7/11. Now showing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
102 at 560 WQAM, man. It's the 1 to 2 hour. How do you like that? It just came upon us like out of nowhere, like just like that, like a bolt out of the blue. This is great.
I like it a lot.
It's awesome. What's not to like, Mo? You idiot! You simple. He just don't get it, man. He, like I told you before the show today, he's like a spectator of the human race. He's on the outside looking in. Stay out there, Mo. Okay, just stay the hell out there.
He's out there, all right.
I'll bet. Swiftboat Veterans leader lied about political activity. John O'Neill, leader of the Swiftboat Veterans for Truth attacks against Democratic presidential candidate John F. Kerry's Vietnam service record, lied on national TV about his political activities and affiliation. How do you like that?
No.
Another right-wing liar. O'Neill, first recruited to go after Kerry by the Nixon administration in 1971, said on CNN's Crossfire August 12th that I've had no serious involvement in politics of any kind over 32 years. O'Neill also denied being a Republican. Yet Federal Election Commission records show that O'Neill's contributed over 14 grand to political candidates, all Republicans since 1990. Voter registration rolls in Harris County, Texas show O'Neill is in fact a registered Republican who's voted in every Republican primary since '72. O'Neill, a Houston attorney, clerked for Supreme Court Justice William Rehnquist, a right-wing Nixon appointee. According to Texas Lawyer magazine, O'Neill lobbied for an appointment to the federal bench by former President George Herbert Walker Bush and cited his involvement in local Republican politics. He made it to the White House's shortlist, did not get the appointment. Record, well, it's got a whole list here. It's on our website. Swift boat veterans leader lied about political activity. Another, like I said, right-wing liar, which goes with the territory. Sorry for the redundancy. So what do you think of the Stern Show? I know George did that yesterday, but what do you think of the new deal here, huh?
What deal is that?
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the audience.
Oh.
To our vast audience out there, because I'm sure that the Stern people are just pouring onto NeilRogers.com now. We have had a big spike this week, yesterday and today. In a response, do you think that's because of Howard being on there?
Uh-huh. Must be.
You think?
Must be.
Or do you think it's because people are coming back from vacation because their kids are back in school? Time will tell, I guess, huh? Who do you think is the most beloved American celebrity of all time? That's our poll question today. NeilRogers.com, NeilRogers, NeilRogers.com. It's a very popular website. It's a great site. That's what Eric says. And Josh.
That's right.
Elvis 68, Bob Hope 66, Lucille Ball 63. We got a three-way house race, baby. John Wayne 18. It's way down to the Duke. Jackie Gleason 17, Johnny Carson 17, Red Skelton 14, Andy Griffith 9, Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers in his neighborhood 6, Frankie Lyman 5. He's still dead, by the way, as is Mr. Rogers and a lot of these people. Frankie Lyman 5, Carol Burnett 5, and Celia Cruz has got 4 already. Ye of little faith, I told you. Marilyn Monroe 4, Sinatra 3, Captain Kangaroo's got 2, James Dean 2, Arnold Palmer 1, Danny Kaye 1, Carol O'Connor 1, and Judy Garland none. See, we put Arnold Palmer on there, although that's right, he's not I was thinking it had to do with sports, but it's golf, so it's not sports. Because if we would do that, then you'd have to put him like Babe Ruth, right?
Right.
Mickey Mendel, people like that. And, of course, WQAM, hello. QAM. Howard Stern response line, hello. Not there. QAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is Tommy.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
How you doing? Who's this?
Who you calling?
I'm calling Neil.
That's me.
Oh, how you doing, Neil? Good to see you. Hey, one person...
Good to see you too, Tommy.
Yeah, good. Hey, I was wondering, how come you don't got Fatty Yard up on the list?
Because nobody knows who that is. That's probably the reason. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
Pretty good?
All right, as far as Moe having Dennis Miller on the show the other day,
yeah.
I think that's good that he's got big-name celebrities and you're jealous because you can't.
Yeah, right. I'm jealous because I can't have big-name celebrities on the show. We could put we don't do guests, in case you haven't noticed, schmuck. But there's that must be a Juan from Little Havana's boyfriend, you think?
Maybe.
I think so. Sounded very suspicious to me. Yeah, we're just jealous that we can't have Dennis Miller and other schmucks like that on the air. We don't do guests. In fact, I've noticed a couple of times I have punched it up since the Humper's been on vacation, suspended, fired, whatever he is. Guests, lots and lots of guests. And the rumor that I'm hearing is because Moe is terrified of all those crank calls in the afternoon. Isn't that what you told me? Huh?
I didn't tell you that.
Or I guess George told me that.
I think George told you that.
He said he doesn't deal with it very well. He gets all farblungent, and as a result, we're going to have a lot of guests. We're going to have Dennis Miller, and we're going to have Johnny Miller, and we're going to have Glenn Miller.
How about Jay Miller?
Jay Miller would be good. A Florida law that lets students from failing public schools attend private religious schools at taxpayers' expense is unconstitutional. It is unconstitutional. A state appeals court ruled yesterday. The 2-1 decision by the First District Court of Appeal upholds an August 2002 ruling by a trial judge who said that the law violates the separation of church and state and a provision of the state constitution that bans the use of tax dollars on religious schools. The state's been allowed to issue vouchers during its appeal, and that will likely remain true until the Florida Supreme Court decides the case ultimately, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're going to say, unconstitutional, baby. Forget about it. As the Farbison of Goyim continue trying to take the money out of your wallet and stick it in theirs. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a couple things for you. First of all, how about Roger Miller? You could be king of the road.
Right, there you go.
Also, do you think the reason that Greg Reed doesn't want to promote Howard is because they're going to ask him questions like, where the hell's the humper? And how come you don't have Natalie Wood on your list? Everybody loves Natalie Wood. The only Wood that doesn't float?
Nah, she's all washed up. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Was that insensitive?
Nah.
On the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I'm not talking about free coverage, although it would be nice if Jicka were around and had written something about this. But again, he's out of touch. You're out of touch, little Tommy, you bald-headed geek. As usual, out of touch. When the big stuff goes down, you can bet your bottom dollar Tommy Jicka won't be around.
You remember what's funny is when Pharrell came, the Herald did a huge layout.
Right.
The whole section dedicated to him.
And what about, was it CityLink or New Times?
Yeah, them too, yeah.
Yeah.
CityLink, yeah.
And where was Jicka? What's Jicka? This is supposed to be the TV and radio guy. I think he had to pawn his radio. Times are getting tough. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
My birthday Saturday.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? I love the show.
Me too.
The Howard Stern show, I can't stand it, first of all.
Yeah.
And I know you like the fact that you don't got to work as much now, but I wish
you
you're
have
on.
no idea. You can't even imagine.
I wish you were on 10 or 2 every day now, but it's all right. I guess I got to get used to it.
Well, that's why. In fact, you got it right. You just don't understand. It's going to be 150, 10 to 2 till 2.
I guess they're just trying to suck you in.
They're just going to stuff me in, right? 567. Oh, doesn't that sound good? 10 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
150 till 2 o'clock. And, of course, we'll have to have a commercial break in there, too, right?
I would think.
Oh, speaking of commercial breaks, what is that all about? I mean, I knew they did long breaks on that show, but what is that?
13 minutes, man.
13 minutes. They went away at 10:38 this morning, and the break ended at 10:51. 13 minutes. So we have to tip our baseball caps to those people. How do you manage to maintain a listening audience? Unless, of course, it's just a state of mind, you know? How do you maintain an audience when you go away for 13, 14, 15 minutes at a time? Beats the crap out of me. WQAM, hello.
After being squeezed in by 2 Howards.
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil.
Yes,
I just wanted you to know that I'm not a Howard Stern fan, and but I did hear him say Dennis Miller sucks, or something to that effect.
Well, that's a bulletin.
You know, what they did was they played like you do, you know,
a bit,
you know, and he goes, the guy couldn't do Monday Night Football, he couldn't do this, he couldn't do that. So for all those listeners calling up saying that the guy loved Howard Stern, and believe me, I couldn't find you. I've been out of town for a month.
Well, wait a minute, saying that what guy loved Howard Stern? Dennis Miller?
No. For all those listeners that are calling you saying he had Dennis Miller on the show.
No, it wasn't Howard Stern. It was Howard David. Hey, you got your Howards mixed up, man.
Oh, no, but they also had Dennis Miller this morning on
Stern?
Yeah, not a bit. It was like half a 1 minute thing where Miller was quoting why he was.
Okay, listen. Have another one for us, okay, pal? Have a great day. Woo! 12 minutes after 1 at 560.
Rock solid.
WQAM.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM. Time now for another celebrity presidential endorsement.
Like, hi, I'm Britney Spears, and I'm totally endorsing President Bush for the President of the United States because he's someone who cares about things, and I think he's really good at accomplishing stuff, and he's awesome when it comes to the issues. Thank you.
Hi, folks. Dennis Miller here, and I'm standing here with President George W. Bush, the man I'm endorsing for re-election.
Hey, everybody.
Well, George here is doing a great job. I mean, you know, when it comes to getting it done, he makes Churchill look like Neville Chamberlain. Isn't that right, sir?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's my favorite basketball player.
Right, and President Bush really stands up to the terrorists. I tell you, better than the Democrats. I mean, come on. Those guys have the backbone of a nematode on muscle relaxers, okay?
Yeah, I think I used to lick nematodes back in my frat days.
And speaking of licking, George W. Bush is going to give the Democrats a bigger licking than Hooch gave Turner.
Well, I know what hooch is, but who's Turner?
George W. Bush is going to turn this economy around faster than little Reagan's cranium in The Exorcist.
I didn't know Ronald Reagan was in that movie.
I mean, come on, I don't mean to go off on a rant here, but George W. is to proactive foreign policy what Heisenberg was to quantum physics, okay?
I was always good at phys ed.
So please, folks, come November 2004, vote for George W. Bush. Trust me on this one. You'll be happier than Reuben Studdard with a fistful of Ponderosa coupons.
I think I get that one.
Oh, good.
118 is surprising new friends of George W. Bush.
560 WQAM. Don't step on me again, please. Here's a fax from Dean who says, with the exception of the one theft of a freight train in the 30s that was eventually chalked up to youthful indiscretion, is the most beloved celebrity in American history George Burns? How do we leave him off of there?
Well, now he's on there.
Says, could Bob Hope, Elvis, or John Wayne play God on film?
No.
Good point. George Burns. They like those big fat ones and the stogies, too. Here from a darker perspective, it says, here's a list of pretty good ones. Muhammad Ali. We don't want to put, we put Arnold Palmer on there, so Michael Jordan, we'll put him on. Ray Charles, Bill Cosby. It's got Clinton on here, but no politicians, please. And Bob Marley and Jerry Garcia. Did you put those all on there or what?
No.
Muhammad Ali. Well, I don't want to have to read the whole... The Beast has got the facts there.
I'll give it to him.
Yeah, waddle in there and hand it to him, because I don't want to keep reading them over and over again. Now, here's a fax from a disgruntled listener out there, which is always good. A chronic faxer, too, by the way. I recognize the handwriting. I've been a long-time listener and have to tell you that a poll does not a show make. You are much more talented than that. I'm very disappointed. It's bad enough you're hardly ever on, and then you spend it on ponderous, stupid polls. See ya, it says at the bottom. Well, it must be from Jazz McKay. See ya! If you don't like the show, I have one thing to say to you, okay? I've been doing polls a long time.
Bye, bye, bye!
And there's a lot more that we did on the show all day. In fact, when we do the poll, people call in with suggestions, and then we read the result once every 15, 20 minutes, and that's about it. There's a lot more of the show than the poll, but obviously you're just another disgruntled South Floridian who wants to share your brilliance with me and the rest of the world. So thank you so much. Go out and bark at the moon and see if it goes away, okay? See how it works. Let me know how it worked out for you. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hi, it's Howard Stern, WNBC. How old are you? What's going on? Are you really good looking? Oh, hello.
Somebody with a Stern drop. Oh, and by the way, I have to point out that that's somebody playing an old tape from WNBC 100 years ago before Stern got canned there for sending Imus a bunch of booze after he dried out. And the reason I have to clarify that is because we're not allowed to play Stern's voice on the air the rest of the day beside his show. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
We're not allowed to play it. But that was a caller, so that's okay. Very entertaining. Hey, Robin, anything else? Here's line 9, WQAM.
Hi, Neil. How's it going?
Okay.
How's the weather in Toronto?
The weather is beautiful. Sunny at about 73. It's very nice.
It's overcast and cloudy here, which is fitting for the mood here.
Really?
Absolutely.
Why is that? What are they pissed off about?
What aren't they pissed off about? I still got people in the streets blocking the streets because of Elion.
Yeah.
So I got to get out of here, Neil.
Okay, good luck to you, Pally. See you at the border. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir?
I got proof of your poll.
Yeah.
Okay, Scott Peterson and O.J. Simpson.
WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, you mentioned that word that ends with bag this morning.
Yes.
That was not dumped on Howard's show.
You want to know why? You want to know why?
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because he said, in fact, I happened to be listening at that point. I had it on the back because I was waiting to see if they were ever going to go home. And he said some other word that I know that Duff dumped it, but then again, because we got that 7-second delay, it's got to the dump has to recover. And he said the other word immediately following. So in my mind, I thought to myself, well, that one got on the air.
Yes, it did. And yesterday I was listening, and I thought, there must be something wrong with the feed because once in a while I'm listening to Air America, and the same thing happens. It goes out, and
Satellite
then
drops
like
out,
for just a few seconds. But then this morning I was listening, and it just so happened that all those big long dumps and then Tommy's band coming on, they just happened to be when Jenna Jameson was talking about her movie and, you know, things that were probably questionable material for, especially, you know, Duff. He must be just a spineless little girl.
No, you know, you don't understand. He's under strict orders. It's got nothing to do with him. He's not making station policy. That's the Beasleys and Greg Reed.
But how come they can get away with it in Naples and on that station? I know that the
I guess because their license in Naples isn't in jeopardy like our license might be one of these days if they don't get smart.
But why is that different than yours? It's the same company.
It's the same company.
Oh,
but
I know. Okay, you don't have to say anymore. I know the first, the unmentionable one.
There you go.
You
now
know
you're
what?
catching on.
Howard knows about him, too, because
I know that.
He's been trying to get on Howard's show to debate him for years, and not that he has an agenda or anything like that.
No, nothing like that.
Okay. Well, it's just a shame that one person can screw up people's lives like that. It doesn't seem quite fair.
You don't have to tell me. I'm an expert on that.
Oh, I know that. I know.
Have a great day, sweetheart.
Me too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See, the whole idea of community standards, I mean, it's just a lie. The FCC, like all your other government agencies, they lie through their teeth. Well, community standards, and you know, how can one person in any community of more than 20 people decide community standards? There is no such thing, right?
Right.
But not according to the FCC, because you have a government that's, and not just Republicans, but Democrats alike. In fact, Jonathan Adelstein, who's the most rabid of them all, he's a Democrat and a Jew, but nevertheless, he doesn't believe in free speech. The whole bunch of them, all five of them, are just a bunch of fascists who think that they're going to show everybody how goody two-shoes they can be and how they can drag America kicking and screaming back into the Stone Age. And they're doing a hell of a job of it, too. Stuff that's as innocuous as anything that we used to do just routinely. Just like the thing with the fart sounds. I mean, what kind of a childish mentality do you have to be to say, oh, fart sounds are offensive, we can't have that stuff on the air? Based on what? Based on the fact that a group of prudish morons sat around a table somewhere and decided that they were going to clean up the airwaves to protect America from farts, from gas, I guess. I don't know. I mean, aren't little kids offended if they hear a fart sound? The only time I'm offended by it is if it's for real and I happen to be downwind. Line 9, WQAM, hello.
Neil, I'm not going to ask you how you're doing because I figured the last 15 people asked you the same question. You're going to tell me everything.
Say, how you doing? And I'm doing just as good as I was before. Great.
Yeah, 15 minutes. You know something, Neil? I'm going to turn 40 in about another 11 hours right now.
Right.
And I've listened to you since 1978. I can go back over the famous name. Thank you very much. I can go back over the famous name game and the Holy Joes and the Madeline O'Hare and the Mad Trumpeter. To hear this guy come on beforehand, I mean, please, at least put some tapes on. The reason why there are no borders out there, there's no advertising, because it's not the Howard Stern Show. It's the Howard Stern Show. It's the cab driver that comes in and busts in. He's like a referee over there. I mean, you're doing the opposite. You're doing less to get paid more money in your eyes. This guy's making $15 million a year. When is he going to produce? I mean, is he living off what he did before? Because tomorrow's show's going to be the same as today. There's nothing different about his show. There's nothing he's doing today that he didn't do in 1983. I don't know what the phenomenon is about this guy, and he's the king of all media, and why everybody just loves him. But to get him on past 10 o'clock, the guy doesn't have 4 hours of material, and that's a damn fact. And 10 minutes of commercials. What QAM should do is put his commercials on while he's on the air, so at least when his show stinks, we can say at least we're listening to the spots, because I can't see anybody tolerating this nonsense. And that's what it is. It's a damn fact. I hate that we wait until 10:30, 10:45, or whenever the hell they're going to put you on to backslide for this has-been that made his name 20 years ago, and in 20 years he'll still be on the air making twice as much money and doing absolutely nothing. Thanks for your time, Neil.
And have a great day.
Wow.
Wow. Oh. Nice to see that South Florida hasn't changed, man. We're angry. Ah! What can I say? You know, a lot of people like vanilla ice cream at McDonald's. That's all I can tell you, pal. 27 after 1 at 560 WQAM. A lot of people love the Emerald Coast, too, thank goodness, because it's great. It's South Florida's best Asian buffet, and they're proud to announce the arrival of Fest. See, what I should have done is fax you a copy of this because I'm expecting you don't know where to fill in the hole, so to speak. Come in on the weekends and enjoy grilled scampi, cocktail, and peel and eat. Okay. Emerald Coast is no ordinary Asian buffet. The service is impeccable. You'll never leave it on an empty stomach. You'll be full as the beast. You can start off your delectable eating experience, 6 different soups, and then dozens of delicious mouth-watering entrees like New York strip made to order at their sizzling Asian grill, their new Hunan fish. If you still have a little room in that pupik, sample their hand-carved prime rib, their new Thai specialties too. Emerald Coast Buffet promotes healthy living, cooking all their fine cuisine only with the best cholesterol-free oils, no MSG, no cornstarch, no crapo. Their buffet features a full salad bar, full Chinese food lineup, and their brand new sushi bar. And if you have room after all of these things, a full dessert station too, featuring Belgian waffles, pies, cakes, pastries, ice cream with all your favorite toppings, even fresh fruit. What a feast it is at the Emerald Coast with 3 locations waiting for you. Sunrise, Sunny Isles, and Pembroke Pines too. So take the whole family out or book your next business luncheon right now. Takeout and delivery available too. They're voted #1 by Sagat Restaurant Reviews and by WSVN Hysterical News as South Florida's best Asian buffet. Call them at 954-572-3822. 954-572-3822 for a real feast. This is the place, the Emerald Coast Chinese Buffet.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Oh, finally got a call here. The #1 rated Moe Howard and David in the show. At least according to my aspirations. Stay away from me. I don't even know how you have children. Miramar, hello.
Yes, I want your take on Jay Fiedler.
Oh, well, Jay Fiedler is a great quarterback and a good Jew.
I like Jay Fiedler.
Well, not to mention he's got extraordinarily smooth buttocks.
Oh, yeah!
You gotta be careful what you say here.
Oh, Tito, thank you, Mo.
No, wait a minute, don't go.
But I have nothing else to say.
Well, how about this? How's the weather down there in the Miramar?
I'm right down the street from you.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Oh, wait, by the way, something.
No, I have to go.
Look, I tell you what, I'll hold you over the break. How's that, huh? I'll give you one of my old tank T-shirts. How's that? No, wait! That was the only caller we had.
The veins on your nose is glowing again. Wow! You got big purple veins on your nose and on your face, and around those oozing pimples, you glow If you go look in the mirror, you'll see a roadmap of ypsilanti. You got your hippies on, way too tight.
My nose glows when something stings. Almost every day I think. And my veins, they start to tickle. My adenoid, doy. Yeah, I look like I'm falling apart. That's because I'm a cranky old fart. With a nose that's filled with purple veins. It is something like that you ought to see. A science channel discovery. How it knows how to bleeding purple veins.
Yeah, but what about 134, 26 till 2 at 560 WQAM. Mad Dog coming along. Can you believe it's almost that time?
That's right.
Holy moly, rat man. See, haven't I said for a long time 4 hours is too long?
And you were right.
Now, for $30 million a year, I do a 5-hour and 15-minute show, too. I'd go on until I collapsed, every day, until I ran out of gas.
Another news
but
story,
4
Robin?
hours is too freaking long, but like 2 hours and 45 minutes. Is that what it is? Yeah, today is 2 hours and 45 minutes. I'm almost embarrassed to take that check, you know what? But I'll overlook it. Here's a fax from our buddy Big Arnie. He says, don't listen to that anti-poll jerker. What's your polls are a lot of fun. And before I finish the other sentence, which is cute, let me just say this to you, okay? As George would verify, and Josh and anybody who ever worked on this show, when you call this show, you can talk about basically anything you want. And I've been even asking, the response with all the changes in the format and what's going on in the station. Now, there are a million things people could be talking about, in addition to, like, throwing in some names in the poll, which they do. But generally speaking, unless you've got a building poll that people can add names to, they ain't got nothing to say in South Florida. I didn't invent that. That's nothing new. At any rate, It says, also related to starting late due to Howard, boy, how can I get somebody to work the first hour of my job, says Big Arnie. Good point, Arnie. As usual, you got your thumb on it. What person in their right mind wouldn't give their left arm and half of their left to have somebody else work the first hour to hour and a quarter of their job and still get paid the same? It sounds like a deal to me. To us.
I'm listening.
WQAM, hello. QAM. Sounds dead as a doornail to me. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You heard that the King of Pop is moving to Miami?
And?
Yeah, Michael Jackson, man. He's moving right next door.
And?
We're going to love it, buddy. Have a good day.
Okay, good. Okay, say hi to OJ, too. Never met a slime ball that we did. See, I almost said something else. Bag. Begins with scum. Can't say that. Who do you think is the most beloved American celebrity of all time? That's our poll on NeilRogers.com. 408 votes. Comme si, comme ça. Of course, see, another thing, when you gauge the response on the poll, keep in mind that when you're only on for 2 hours and 45 minutes, during the course of the show, it ain't going to be that big on the poll, right?
Right.
I don't think we're going to be doing too many of those, we got 1,000 votes during the show polls anymore, Josh.
No more record breakers?
No. Elvis, 89. Oh, and 27 years ago was his last bowel movement. You can almost hear it. You can almost smell it. And, of course, back in the day, we could let you hear it, but we can't do that anymore. Elvis, 91. He zoomed past. Bob Hope, 85. Lucy's dropping. Lucille Ball, 80. And after that, it's not much. Jackie Gleason, 24. The Duke, 23. Johnny Carson, 19. Et cetera, et cetera. Small potatoes. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, is the Cockaloon lady on there?
WQAM, hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about the Howard Stern show.
I'm listening.
Hello?
This is me.
This is Neil?
Yes, sir. Sounds like me.
Hey, why are they cutting up the Howard Stern show like that?
Why are they
I
doing
can barely listen to it. Every other word they bleeping.
Well, that's because they want it and they don't want it. You know what I mean? They don't have the balls to put it on unexpurgated.
They're going to lose a lot of fans like that because I got to go to 103.1 to listen to the full effect.
There you go.
All right, that's the way they want to do it.
It's well, don't blame me, man. It's not my choice. It's the QAM effing way. He's getting a little porky with me, right? That's the way you want to do it. What do I got to do with it?
Threatening you.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go to the buzz. Get a good buzz, yeah. I mean, it just makes sense. Don't ask me. I'm not involved in these ingenious programming decisions. I'm not the one who all of a sudden had a bad case of diarrhea and woke up one morning and decided that, I don't love sports anymore, and we don't care if the Dolphins take their act somewhere else, and Howard Stern is going to make... You know something? Maybe they're right. Maybe it's going to work. Maybe. And maybe, on the other hand, it'll blow up right in their face, like that. Who the hell knows? Time will tell. What do you think?
Theoretically, it could work.
Right.
On paper.
I mean, there are so many people who can't hear the buzz or Fort Myers who are dying to hear Stern's act and his voice and whatever. Even if it is chopped up, they'll put up with whatever they get. But from what I'm hearing, all the reports, and again, keep in mind, even if I wanted to listen to the whole thing, and I've only listened to a few minutes here and there these 2 days, I hear the pre-delay. So in other words, when I'm hearing it, it's not all chopped up. Although I do hear when the satellite drops out all that funky Tommy's Band music, all that heavy metal. And this morning I said, well, what is this? I mean, even I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on, Like, is this part of the format? It sounds, to be quite honest with you, like an abortion. And you know how some people feel real strongly about abortion, don't you?
Oh.
Exactly. 20 till 2 at 560 WQAM, the new home of Howard Stern, morning 6 until whenever. And by the way, anything else, Robin?
Another news story?
Oh, brother. Hey, you've heard me talk about drought concepts for over 20 years on this show. In fact, I've used them in my homes for over 20 years because, very simple, they're the best in the business. No rip-offs, no scams, no $5.95 per room games that they play. They give you a written guaranteed price up front. They send their certified technicians into your home, roll up their sleeves. They dry clean your carpets, which is an exclusive patented method. Nobody else in the world does this. It sucks out even the deep down dirt way in the fibers of your carpet that leaves your carpets looking and smelling just like brand new. Lemony fresh, and of course they're dry in a couple of hours so you really can clean today, entertain tonight. So whether it's your carpeting, your drapery, your upholstery, your area rugs, your expensive Oriental rugs, railroads, all of these things. These are the folks you want to trust to them. And like I said, they give you a written guaranteed price up front, a little rose when they finish the job. You hand them a check, and you'll look at that floor and say, it looks and smells like I had brand new laid right there on the floor. Call them toll-free at 1-800-248-5071. Use them one time, you'll never dream of calling anybody else. And when you do make that call, have them put you on their standby list. It'll save an extra 15% off the already unbeatable price. Toll-free, it's 1-800-248-5071, or online it's dropconcepts.com. Drop Concepts, making carpets clean in South Florida since 1979.
You're listening to Neil Rogers on 560 WQAM. Presidential endorsement.
I'm Donald Trump, and I'm endorsing John Kerry. Even though I have no respect for liberals, I also don't like right-wing nuts. Besides, my casinos always do better under Democratic administrations. President Bush, this is a tough one. You're fired.
They say they'll keep up all their inquiries until they expose all the secrecies. No, they're not hearing what they want to hear, 'cause no one talks while under oath in there. Is it true the FBI knew about the threats? Did CIA make judgments that they now regret? Faulty anti-terrorism policies. We just need more answers from the man who's key. We need to know. We need to know. What Bush knew about 911, we need to know. We need to know. We need to know. What Bush knew about 911, we need to know.
145 at 560 WQAM. Brings a tear to my eye to think that it's almost time for the Mad Dog, you know?
All right. Actually, he just came in. He's in studio today.
Right.
And he just had this look on his face like, what's going on at QAM?
Like he just swallowed the Cheshire Cat?
Yeah, he said, it's weird. That was his quote.
It's weird, all right.
Yeah, so he told us to tell you hello for him.
Hey, Mad Dog, you the man. And by the way, he's been kicking ass in those ratings. Gigantic, humongous. And then, you know, the fact that he gave that money to Bob Graham's campaign, and we won't put that on the air, and we won't hold it against him. Oh, and speaking of Wayne Heising, if you look on that, I forget what that website is, where it tells you all the people that donated money to political campaigns.
Right.
And Shula and the Mad Dog gave $2,000 apiece to Bob Graham. I guess that's covering their ass because of the Miami Lakes connection. But at any rate, Wayne, of course, always a big Republican, right-wing, that deal. But as far as Wayne being not wanting Stern on the station because of the fact, see, it doesn't make any sense to me. Well, I'm not going to waste my time with Wayne, okay? This doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
I'm not gay, says Ada, New Jersey scandal. The Israeli man, an Israeli,
Oy!
Just like that moron Duron, Granovsky.
Duron.
Duron, the moron. In fact, every time I hear that voice, I hear Maron is what comes to my mind. The Israeli man at the center of New Jersey Governor James McGreevy's resignation over a gay affair said in an interview published yesterday he is straight, initially had no idea that his former boss was a homo. Golan Chappelle told the Israeli daily newspaper Yediot Aharonot that McGreevy repeatedly made unwanted sexual advances. Chappelle said he informed the governor at one point that he planned to sue him for sexual harassment, and lawyers were negotiating a settlement when McGreevy resigned last week. The other story we had on our website said he was trying to shake him down for $5 million. It doesn't bother me that it said that I'm gay, but I'm really not, he said. I'm straight. I'm straight as an arrow. On the other hand, to accuse me of being an extortionist, someone has lost his mind. Here he was quoted as telling Yediot. McGreevy, well, we know the rest of that story. Trying to shake him down for $5 million. So they say. Alleged. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line, on the Howard Stern response line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Let me preface my call by saying I'm a big fan listener of yours. I've been listening to you since I got Zeta, at the beginning of Zeta. I love your show. I love Howard Stern. I never liked him before, but you say, you know, some people like vanilla and all that. But I love Howard Stern. I love you. I love WQAM. Now I've got everything I need. Talk in the morning and sports in the afternoon, right?
What's not to like?
Hey, what's not to like? Not sports 24 hours a day like a bunch of geeks.
Right.
Now, one more thing. I work for FedEx, and I passed by your building this afternoon, and you were talking about the satellite. There was a problem with the satellite. Okay, I saw a bunch of guys on the roof fixing the satellite. So hopefully all that cutting out and stuff won't be happening anymore in the morning.
No, I think those guys on the roof were trying to restrain Moe from jumping, is what I heard.
Is that what it is? Neil.
Thanks a lot, Pally.
Neil. One more thing. One more thing about your show trivia. Remember you had a caller called Big Something. She was a security guard. And
George would know. Big she was
right?
She was a security guard in Hallidale in the building where my aunt lives, yes.
Right. Me and my buddy were trying to figure out her name, but we couldn't.
Oh, in fact, George just mentioned her to me the other day because we were talking about this wacko security guard we got now. Big.
Right.
Was it
Big Max?
Big Max, that's it.
Is that the one?
Yes, sir.
All right, Neil, love you. See you.
Okay, see you. See that? Now that's the kind of call we need. There's a happy guy, which is not easy to find in South Florida, right?
Right.
He likes Stern. He likes me. He likes not so much sports anymore. He's a happy guy, right?
Right.
All right.
And he's checking on my roof.
And they're fixing the thing up on the roof. Huh? No, I really believe that's Moe up there. Don't do it, Moe. You still got a couple of good years left in you, doing something. After finding out that he's not listed in those promos at all. I mean, I heard it. It says Howard Stern, Neil, Mad Dog, and the Hammer is what it said. Huh? I didn't hear no Moe in there.
That was said the other day. He's just wallpaper. No one knows about him anymore. No one loves him anymore.
Wouldn't you think in his position he'd be lucky he'd be kissing the ground? Not with that ego.
He doesn't get it.
Kiss the ground that you're still on the air, Mo. Believe you me, if they could figure out some way to make you just disappear, if they could get some vanishing cream and stick it on that gigantic bald spot you got now, they'd do it. In fact, if you see Greg approaching with a big jar one of these days, now if you see Duff approaching with a big jar, that's another story. That's a horse of a different color. 10 till 2 at 560, WQAM. I've been telling you about A-Laser Recharge, the toner and recharge cartridge specialist the past few weeks. A lot of you called 800-287-9212 and saved a crap load of money on your printing and office equipment supplies. For those of you who haven't called, what you be waiting for? A-Laser Recharge has got inkjets, thermocarbon paper, supplies. They provide service, support, maintenance for most makes and models of machines to make them run like brand new again. When you call 1-800-287-9212, you'll deal with Just Bob, the sole owner who's been supplying businesses in South Florida with what they need in most cases within 24 hours. A-Laser Recharge can save you up to 50% on new cartridges as compared to depot pricing, and all the cartridges sold by A-Laser Recharge are remanufactured, not refilled. Anybody on the street corner can sell you a cheap refilled cartridge, but you only get what you pay for. Remanufactured cartridges are the only smart way to go. A-Laser carries a complete line of cartridges for printers, copiers, and faxes, along with Brother and Xerox drums as well. A-Laser Recharge is proud of their individual service, and they offer you a no-questions-asked satisfaction warranty. So if you need toner, cartridges, all of these things, just pick up that phone and call Just Bob at A-Laser Recharge. Call toll-free 1-800-287-9212. You can log on to their website, alaserrecharge.com, or make that call today. You'll have your stuff in no time at all. 1-800-287-9212.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye, tell me bye-bye. Bye-bye, tell me bye-bye. Now you're the voice of the station, and the no one around here is gonna miss you. You got a nothing little doo-doo out of you. For no will alive, I tell me
Oh, here's a good one to add to the poll. Marlon Brando says, Eddie in Pembroke Pines. Thank you, Eddie. He's going to make us an offer we can't refuse, or he can't, or somebody. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Especially in that what? You don't think Marlon Brando belongs on the poll?
Sure he does.
Especially now that he crooked. What do you sound so depressed about? It's 2 o'clock already, fatso. You ought to be dancing a jig around there.
It's a valid point. I can go to Kane's practice now.
There you go. Let's see. Here's our poll result. I'm not going to touch that. 453 votes. Who do you think is America's most beloved celebrity of all time? And this would, on a scale of 10, I'd say this poll was about a 6.5 today. Come see, come saw. Elvis, 98. Who took his last BM 27 years ago.
Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me?
Bob Hope, 91. He ain't singing no more. Lucille Ball, 85. John Wayne, 25. Jackie Gleason, 24. Johnny Carson, 22. I'm going to read all the results just to piss off that fax. Oh, you got so much talent taking these polls. Too bad. Red Skelton, 16. Andy Griffith, 11. Muhammad Ali, 10. Fred Rogers, 10. Captain Kangwoo, 9. Celia Cruz at 8. 8 for Celia.
Increíble.
Carol Burnett, 7. Marilyn Monroe, 6. Frank Sinatra, 5. Frankie Lyman, 5. Hey, Frankie, how's it going? Bill Clinton, 4. Jerry. Now, how come Clinton got on there? I said no politicians. You don't think that Josh made a mistake, do you?
No.
Jerry Garcia, George Burns, Carol O'Connor, Judy Garland, 3. James Dean and Danny Kaye each had a pair. Arnold Palmer, 1. Bob Marley, Bill Cosby, Ray Charles, and Michael Jordan. That was supposed to be the ethnic selections there. And so far, they're all tied with, they got the big O. How do you like that? So pretty, my general analyzation of this is that they got some kinks to work out, The organization, the corporation, Greg Reed, they got some kinks to work out in the deal, right?
It's a work in progress.
Right, it's a work in progress because naturally you don't expect Greg Reed to do anything like with careful planning and like ahead of time think about this and about that and what if this and lay it out like somebody would do with careful, intelligent planning. No, it's just jump right in with both feet and see, like jumping in that pool and finding out there's no water in it when you hit the bottom. So we'll see how it works out. Anyway, I'm ecstatic, man. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. Oh! In fact, I liked it so much I'm going to come back on Thursday. Woohoo! Little George will be back tomorrow, and then I'll be back on Thursday. And it's only another week and a half of this, and then unfortunately the bad news is it's back to that 5-day-a-week crap. Ugh. But I hear the good news is Robin's going to have anything else, by the way, Robin?
Bye.